All right, welcome in, everybody. Coming over here. We're just minutes away from getting started on this one. Let's get, we need to get 13 put up over here. I'm pretty sure the Ravens are on 13. Let me see. Yeah, Ravens are there on CBS.
In there at the bottom. I'm still not taking this. I just hope you know a good tailor. Listen, unless something has got such a stink on it that you just can't.
Red zone, got that up. All right, we're rolling here this morning. Doug, thank you for everything. Debbie's over here. Godzilla's over here. Mike Beachman. Let me change the score. So the Browns are now 1-4. And Vikings, where are they at?
You've got no shot at making it to the Christmas tree. Now, I will be back.
3-2. We'll leave them there for right now.
You want to be in the hunt or on the curb? Come on, let's go.
14 minutes to full kickoff. 14 minutes.
He's amazing. We got some highlights we got to get to. We have one game across the pond in London. This is the Vikings Browns. Minnesota playing their second international game in a row. And how about this? Fourth quarter, down by 3, a field goal to tie it. They said, you know what? Let's be aggressive. Let's Carson Wentz to Jordan Addison, 12-yard TD. That will take.
Francisco, hello. Mr. Thibodeau, good to see you again.
21-17 over on the NFL Network. What a game.
Let me fix this air real quick. We'll be ready to go.
For the Ravens, if they want to turn around their season, folks, they'll have to do it without Lamar Jackson as they turn to Cooper Rush under center. Yeah, and they're going to lean on Cooper Rush. And on the flip side, that defense that he's facing, they are going to rush Cooper Rush. They're going to try to speed up his clock, apply pressure. Listen, they know that they will see stacked boxes. If you're going in to face the Baltimore Ravens without Lamar Jackson, this is no disrespect to Cooper Rush.
Cooper Rush.
A decent start to his career.
Ravens go with the all-purple uniforms today.
And try to make him beat you. And that's going to be his test in the Baltimore Ravens today.
I think for the Texans, I mean, their strength has been their defense. Offensively, they've struggled with C.J. Stroud. But I look at this right now, and this is a great test for John Harbaugh. And you talk about his coaches.
This is going to be a big test right here to win this game.
Cooper Rush being under center. And on the defensive side of the ball right now, this defense is depleted with injuries. Matty BK's out, Kyle Hamilton's out.
Defense very depleted. Hey, Cakes.
Eliminate the big plays. They've had issue with tackling. They've had issue with missed assignments. They've given up a lot of big plays. Try to shorten that game. I think the best thing you could do right now, if you're Todd Monken, shorten that game.
Run the ball, run the ball, run the ball.
Try to do that and take the pressure off that defense.
All right, let's see if we can sneak this one in pretty quickly here and elsewhere in the league. The Giants looking to continue riding the momentum of their rookie duo, quarterback Jackson Dart, running back Cam Scatterboo. We had to put this one together just because this is fun to watch. Let's take a look at Cam Scatterboo.
Fun to watch, they say.
Provider for the football team right here. They're just going to flip it out there to him on the outside. Where's he going to go? He's going to go inside. He's going to go outside. No, he's going to toss this guy right out of the bar and the next guy, and then run through and finish for the 6-yard gain. How about running?
Cam Scatterboo.
Right here. What lane is he going to choose? Left, right. Kind of. He's going to go right through the center, Nate. Right through the center. And then this is what I love about his versatility and Jackson Dart coming in. You can put him as the lead blocker right here. Sets up space for Jackson Dart right there. I look at these two young rookies, and I really feel like this is got.
Those are two good rookies for the Giants. About time we've been able to say that. It's been a while.
Game, like you said, Coach, about the Ravens, making it muddy and allowing that defense on the other side to really set the tone and take the football away and win football games.
You know, talking to Brian Dable earlier in the week, the one thing he loves about this quarterback in Jackson Dart, he sees a lot of Josh Allen in him. Yes, he doesn't want to take some of the hits he's taken in the past, but he's also that same type of guy. You kind of want to build this offense around him. So I'd like to be interested.
13 minutes
of Jackson Dart
to kickoff. 13 to kickoff.
Some of the similarities that you see what he did with Josh Allen very early in his career.
Yeah, getting back to Bam Bam Cam. I love seeing this young fella play because he is an old school bell count running back. I mean, he can do it all. And he's catching the ball really well out of the backfield, which is something that a lot of people didn't expect. But if you watched him play in college, you saw elements of that. But having these two guys tethered together this young in their career, we're really seeing some glimpses of what could be a special duo for years to come.
And they're playing New Orleans Saints. I mean, I know they're winless, but Spencer Rattler has played very good in these.
Yeah. Thank you for subscribing, 5-star.
Hill back today. Taysom Hill gets back, and you know that little package they have with him. So this is a game that you make sure if you're the Giants. This team's 0-4, but I'll tell you what, they've been very close to winning games.
Yeah, don't get caught slipping.
Nope.
All right, folks, time now to
Yep, don't get caught slipping.
with FanDuel. You can bet same game parlays and more on any NFL game with FanDuel. Fellas, I go to my guys to get their picks for today's same game parlay plus. That's right, same game parlay plus. Let me double dip on this one. I'm going with Jalen Hurts, 30-plus rush yards in this one. And on the same side of the ball, we're going with A.J. Brown, anytime touchdown. A lot of conversation. When receivers talk, you get them the ball.
I'm going down to New Orleans where the Giants are facing, I think, Elvin Kamara. He's been their all offense. So I said 70-plus yards rushing and receiving.
What's up, Dave? Welcome in, buddy.
Throwback unis on. Jackson Smith and Jigba's going to get after it. I like those wide receivers from the Pacific Northwest. Just like the one sitting next to me, he goes for over 70 yards receiving today.
I like that.
So Nate did not bring my half of it. You told me to know what it was called.
Yo, talking about this little flap right
I'm looking at it like it's a skirt.
Yeah.
So hold on. So my grandson, J.J. Walker, asked me, he said, Pop, did Nate not give you yours because it was
because you know what?
6'7"?
Yeah. It was like 6 or 7 inches. 6, 7.
Oh, man. Hey, so for those of you getting a 4 o'clock game today, we'll be back with more that after a quick timeout. But we don't head out without Nate getting the chance.
We're going down to our games.
Your game next. Return to the Mac.
Ready to go, baby. Ready to go.
Oh, you brought wings.
You need these wingback chairs? Dive in, everyone. We brought plenty.
We brought the sides.
Everybody remember to leave room.
Yeah, bring that over here.
We brought the ranch. Ooh. That looks like it's fresh from the farmhouse.
Wings and ranch? Now it's a party.
Wayfair, every style, every
That's a dumb commercial. I'm sorry.
When you have an intellectual disability, simple things like getting a job and being part of a team can be tough. But with an organization like Best Buddies by your side, anything's possible.
All right, let me see what we got behind the thing here real quick.
Jersey Mike's is donating
still garbage back here. Still garbage back here.
So come and support the inclusion of people like me.
Influences are renewed. Don't call it a comeback. I've been here for years.
Another commercial I've seen 19,000 times.
Years later, the Jeep brand still influence.
I'll be glad when Christmas commercials start.
We create our own trail. Some send a smile in a moment.
When are we going to see the first Christmas commercial is the question. That's the question.
Purchase and get 0% financing for 60 months on the 2025 Jeep Grand Cherokee L. Hurry, this great offer ends November 3rd.
How'd your driving test go?
I mean, you passed, if that's what you're asking.
That's why we call you Easy Pants.
Who calls me that?
Hi, Kristen. Ready, Kristen. Yelp. I'm doing a thing already. Oh, is that your back? L4 just met L5.
ELB, now serving CBS, October 13th.
Dun.
Games march on in London. And on NFL Network, our stars come out in the morning. Broncos, Jets. It's Sunday morning football. Next Sunday at 9:30 Eastern on NFL Network. The NFL Today on CBS is presented by Jeep. There's only one.
And welcome back to the NFL Today. And
All right, here we go. Texans and Ravens.
Between the Texans and the Ravens. Let's get you out to Baltimore with our announcers, Ian Eagle, J.J. Watt, and Evan Washburn.
J.J. Watt on the game, really?
Two division winners from last season going head-to-head today at M&T Bank Stadium. John Harbaugh's team, a disappointing 1-3 start. Most points allowed through 4 games in franchise history. D'Amico Ryans and the Texans, also 1-3. They finally got into the win column last week with the victory over Tennessee. As we welcome you to the broadcast booth. Hi, everybody. Ian Eagle, 3-time Defensive Player of the Year, J.J. Watt, Evan Washburn down on the sidelines. A sense of urgency for both of these teams. Let's start with Baltimore. Rash of injuries, including their two-time MVP. It's a hamstring for Lamar Jackson. He's out. So Cooper Rush gets the nod for the Ravens.
Yeah, when you start out 1-3, the pressure ramps up, and it ramps up significantly.
Yes, it does.
Quarterback star player is out. Cooper Rush has to step in. He was brought in for this exact situation. He's 9-5 as a starter in this league, and they knew that this was a possibility, so they wanted a guy with stability who's done it before in the league. His job today, distribute to the playmakers on that offense.
And at the end of warm-ups, Evans spoke with Rush.
Cooper, you have plenty of experience stepping in for a franchise quarterback. What do you need to do in this game?
What's up, Road Warrior? Thank you for 40 months of support.
All right.
Thank you, Warrior.
It's a cliche, but it's football. It's true. Just go be yourself.
How can Derrick Henry help you in this offense against the Texans?
Yeah, he can help anybody at all times. One of the best to ever do it. Hand it to that guy, let him go.
Cooper, thanks.
All right, thank you. Yeah, Evan, I would say Cooper Rush has the right idea. Feed the ball to number 22.
Feed the ball. Feed the ball to 22.
Houston Texans in his career. Unfortunately, I know that all too well. But he needs the ball in his hands. He had 169 yards in that first game against Buffalo. Hasn't had the...
Ross, happy Football Sunday. Welcome in, Ross.
It was a shutout win for Houston last week. And this team has played lights out defensively. They're number one currently in the NFL in points allowed.
Yeah, and a big reason for that is their two edges and their two corners. I think it's the best combination of edges and corners in this league. We'll start up front. Will Anderson Jr. and Daniil Hunter. They complement each other. Will goes high, Daniil goes low. They squeeze the pocket in for the sack and the fumble here. And then you flip it over to the back end. Derek Stingley Jr. and Kamari Lassiter. Two guys who just suffocate receivers as they go down the field. Derek Stingley Jr. got the big contract this offseason. Well deserved.
All right, let's see what can happen. When we come back, we're kicking off.
Have never won here in Baltimore. 0-8. We'll get you ready for all the action coming up on CBS.
Justin Hart.
Kicking off when we come back.
In the season premiere event of Tracker. New season, CBS Sunday, October.
It's going to be a tough game for the Ravens.
Weekdays. 10 years as a nonprofit in the current state of the Ravens, one-on-one with Ray Lewis.
Injury is hard enough. The legal part shouldn't be. That's why our clients say we make
one-on-one with Ray Lewis.
Feel, and your lawyer is just a text away. That's how we do things at Rice Law. Best advice, all right.
RiceLawMD.com.
All right, let's see if we can change this around. Get a better feel for this game.
Visit us virtually or walk in any day of the week.
All right.
Rash or UTI, we have you covered. Or maybe you need a
Fido Beto, hello, welcome in.
Sports physicals and same visit STD.
Sub it up if you're new, everybody. Hit that like. Have some fun with us here in the chat.
Open 7 days a week. We've got you covered. Express Care Urgent Care Centers, a LifeBridge Health partner.
Dun, 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 dun.
Hit the road to Jack. You won't be told no more. Jack's hosting his very first Jacktober sales event at all 9 Antwerpen locations. Scary big savings? Yes. Monster-sized selection? Yes. Protection from horrors down the road? Yes. Count on Jack. He's got your back. With Antwerpen Yes. 20 years, 200,000-mile warranty. Go broomstick in and get huge Jacktober savings. Hit the road, Jack.
Don't you come back no more.
Yeah.
Anyone who uses drugs, even occasionally, is at risk of an overdose. Fentanyl and other substances are being mixed into street drugs in Maryland.
All right, we got changing screen as soon as they kick off. Changing screen as soon as they kick off.
Stronger than heroin. Just a small amount can be fatal. And many of the other substances may not be intended for humans. Know the risks. To learn more, visit stopoverdose.maryland.gov or call or text 988.
When you're hurt in an accident, you need more than just a...
Quilek, hello. Wisconsin Badgers, hello.
That's what you get.
Thank you guys for joining tonight.
Looking out for you. All working for one goal. Your recovery. Rice Law.
RiceLawMD.com.
It's the NFL on CBS. Week 5 as we welcome you.
Week 5, Ravens in all purple at home.
And the Ravens coming up with the opening kick.
If there's anything I know, there's no wrong way. As long as it's your way, it could be simple.
Red zone starts in 3, 2, 1. We've got the red zone.
Just feel it.
Thank you, Wisconsin, for 23 months of support. And 23 months. Great work with your channel. Thank you very much, Wisconsin Badger Clubhouse. We keep doing what we can. Thank you for 23 months of support.
This old thing and the bill from the store where I got it.
Red zone has started.
Big boys.
It doesn't work that way.
Well, at Verizon, anyone can bring in their AT&T or T-Mobile bill, and they'll give you a better deal.
Oh, Verizon's pricey.
No, better deal, best 5G network. Back to the TV. Does it come higher than 8K? Because I don't like this one.
Yeah, take your TV and go. Bring your AT&T or T-Mobile bill to Verizon for a better deal.
Guess you're not as cool as Verizon.
You don't know that? I'm stumped. Friendly and
Howard Nelson, welcome in. Go Texans.
Come on, you just switched to Geico for car insurance? They knew exactly what you needed? Friendly people at Geico weren't lizards.
Think European accent, yay big.
Napoleon?
No.
Not even a lizard. Maybe you can help. No way, it's the Geico Gecko. This guy knows crosswords. 64 across is quibble. Thank you.
Quibbled.
More support.
Is that how you spell Fracascia?
Get more with Geico. Matt, walk us through that offense.
JB, they're eating a ton of clock thanks to their freshly beefed up line. The QB's waiting for the D to bite so he can slice them up.
Wait a sec, are they talking about food?
He really put some extra mustard on that pigskin.
Right in the bread basket.
Ooh, baby, the whole offense is cooking.
Yep, and this way they can chew up that clock.
This is crazy. Football is not selling
Food! Get a free turkey and provolone with orders of $15 or more from Jersey Mike's right now on Uber Eats.
Let's get the kickoff going.
The following presentation of the National Football League.
National Football League.
A
76 degrees. Beautiful outside the house today. I ain't going to see it.
The Texans and the Ravens. Baltimore won the toss. They've deferred.
Baltimore's won the toss and deferred.
We'll kick it off. Houston will have the football.
Screen will change as soon as we get kickoff here.
37-20 last week. Houston got that shutout victory over Tennessee. They only led 6-0 at halftime, but they scored 20 points in the fourth quarter. Tyler Loop will get it started. The rookie Jalen Noel out of Iowa State is the return man.
Here's the kick.
13-2 all time against Houston. We're underway with Noel from the 2. Fake a little pitch. Work it to the outside. Turns the corner and he's out of bounds just shy of the 35 as Loop angled over. And C.J. Stroud got it going in that fourth quarter last week, hoping that it's going to translate over to this week.
Yeah, CJ talked about unlocking defenses, and he felt like in the fourth quarter of that last week, they finally unlocked the Titans defense. And like you said, it has not been smooth sailing for this offense, who made a change at the coordinator position in the offense.
All right, C.J. Stroud going to bring him out first.
From that good to great to elite category, and it just hasn't clicked yet. They're looking.
Hello, Dame Dystopia. Welcome in. Mongo with a 4. Ravens are winning. Welcome in. M4 and go. Mongo, I guess. M4, good to see you. Handoff, off tackle. Short gain, about 2.
The stutter step, and it's Nick Chubb who gets
stacked up.
It's a 2-yard pickup.
And this is exactly what we were talking about, Ian. 29th in the NFL in points per game for the Houston offense. But today they happen to be going against the last defense in the NFL in points per game with 33. And that defense for Baltimore has been...
What's up, M4?
At every single level. We have Metabuke.
M4 and go. What's up?
In the middle, you have Kyle Hamilton on the back.
Under center, single back set, Stroud.
Texans have suffered close losses to the Rams, the Buccaneers, and the Jaguars.
Play action. Look at the throw. Cross the middle. Caught.
Connection made to Nico Collins.
Nico Collins down to the 40 of the Ravens.
Baltimore your territory. Tremendous chemistry between Stroud and Collins that we've seen the last couple of years.
You know, we talked to the Ravens this week about what do you need to stop, and they said we want to stop the run, but we need to stop Nico Collins in breaking routes. And then we asked Nico Collins, we said, hey, what's your favorite route to run? And he said, oh, man, I love that dig. I love that in-breaking dig. And right here, second play of the game, we already see CJ connecting him.
First down and 10.
Defensively, TJ Tampa is in.
Play action. Got to throw down the sidelines. Incomplete.
Over
Over the head of Collins.
mentioned it. Big names out of it.
We'll wait and see. I don't usually pick them, predict them. I just call them.
No Lamar Jackson. Patrick Ricard has missed the
A lot of inactives for the Ravens today.
not playing today. And then defensively, Smith, Hamilton, Humphrey, Awuzie.
In the locker room, you always love to say, we'll never use injuries as an excuse. We can't lean on that. But sometimes you have to look at the list and just say, holy cow, that is a lot of big-name guys sitting out.
And the
Shotgun formation.
Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb down there. I'll get a poll in a second, Mike.
The 30-yard line. There was a whiff there from the veteran John Jenkins, and then Chubb carries for 9.
Gain of 9 right there. 3rd and 1.
Is going to just stunt over to the other A-gap right up the middle and get in the backfield. But Chubb makes a miss, gets downhill, and is able to pick up a good chunk of yardage after what looked like might be a tackle for loss.
DeMeco Ryans told us that he's learned that you got to be flexible as a head coach. You have a plan on how it's supposed to look, then the game goes a different way.
Billy Bob, welcome in. We don't do that here, Billy Bob. We don't do that here.
It's British Brooks, the fullback, first down. Second-year man out of North.
No, you cannot. Anybody that asks for mods will never be a mod on my channel. I don't do that.
That'll move the chains.
Yeah, they call Brooks a Swiss Army knife, and he's had to step in for.
Quais, welcome in.
He's their normal fullback, and Brooks steps in and does a myriad of things. He can block, he can run, he plays special teams, and right there picks up a huge chunk on a short 3rd down.
Cooper Rush waiting to get his chance against this Houston defense.
1st and 10. 1st and 10.
Louisiana is in at the nickel spot. These are some names that you may not.
Play action. Throws underneath. Caught. Short gain. Ravens trying to hold to a field goal.
It's rookie out of Iowa State. They believe in his upside. Big frame, 6'4", 214, and soft hands.
They have only been in the red zone 6 times this season, which is obviously not good enough. Offensive coordinator Nick Caley talks about that, but they also haven't had success when they did get down there.
2nd down and 4. 2nd and 4.
Twice on their 2 tries. Let's see what they can do today.
And now the rookie out of USC, Woody Marks, is in there.
Handoff. Short gain. Ravens hold there. 3rd down and 2 coming up. 3rd and 2.
Among those over there and limit him to a 1-yard pickup.
Woody last week had a bit of a breakout game, and they said he's taking his opportunities to earn even more opportunities. So I would imagine we'll see a heavy dose of Woody Marks today, in addition to Nick Chubb in that backfield. And Woody just brings a different element, a little bit of that shiftiness, that explosiveness, and he can also catch the ball well out of the backfield.
Stroud, 3rd and 3. 3rd and 3.
Display last week against Tennessee. 3rd and short, 8th play of the drive.
Play action. Throws. Caught. Tight end. 1st and goal at the 5. Tight end was wide open.
First down. Otway makes the tackle.
1st and goal at the 5.
They get a play fake on a 3rd and short, catch the defense thinking it might be a run, move CJ Stroud a little bit, get him out on the edge, and he finds just a nice, easy target in Dalton Schultz to pick up the 1st down.
CJ Stroud uses that basketball warm-up. That was a little bit of an ethos as he hits the tight end, keeps this drive alive, and Houston's in business. They are inside the 5. Motion man is
inside the 5. Handoff. Nothing. Nothing on that one. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal.
Clock now is under 10 minutes to go here in the 1st. Brent Urban, the veteran, in on that stop for John Harbaugh's squad.
Brent Urban, another guy who's.
Well, thank you, Ross. I appreciate that.
Bigger role. It's his 12th year. Don't know if before the season anybody saw him stepping.
They're going to have to use him.
He's had to in what Kyle Van Noy called the
Second and goal. Second and goal.
Second and goal now for the Texans. Opening drive.
Play action. Look at the throw. Wide open. Touchdown.
Xavier
Hutchinson. Touchdown.
Clap your hands!
For the Baltimore Ravens fans, unfortunately looked like it on that drive. A team that has been struggling, potentially unlocked it last week. Looks like they've unlocked it early in this game with Houston.
7-0 Houston. Extra point pending.
Capping it off with a little touchdown.
Yeah, it was Ruben Lowry who was there defensively. That's a 10-play, 66-yard drive. And now Fairbairn on for the extra point.
Extra point is good.
A Texans team that averages 16 points per game through the first 4 weeks. And they put 7 on the board to open things up. They have taken the life out of this crowd early. C.J. Stroud on time consistently on this drive.
All right, 7-0. Ravens will get the ball and we come back from the commercial break here.
We chose the Capital One Venture X business card. With no preset spending limit, our purchasing power adapts to meet our business needs. And
Jets are driving in their game.
What's in your wallet?
Jets driving in their game, everybody.
Welcome to Visible, the ultimate wireless hack. It's one line, powered with unlimited data on Verizon's 5G.
Frustrating.
$25 a month.
Giants are also moving the ball in their game as well.
With great coverage, plus unlimited.
Howard Nelson, welcome in.
That's a top-tier network at a budget-friendly cost. But you already knew all that, didn't you? Visible. Live in the know.
Just what you want to be.
Dolphins are up 3-0 in their game now. I don't know. That guy's crazy. He's crazy. That's all I can say, Billy Bob.
The fragrance destination.
Got issues, you know.
Man, this takes me 5.
Well, welcome in, everybody. Glad you're here today. See what Baltimore can do with their next set of down, or their first set of downs.
Only at Taco Bell.
New CBS next Sunday.
I have a terrific plan. It's the highly detailed mastermind caliber.
Here I am, reporting for duty.
Clearly, this was not an accident.
Got the Jets driving, the Raiders driving, and the Giants driving.
Are you fully aware of what's going on out there?
Here we go. Back-to-back season premieres of Matlock and Elsbeth. New next Sunday after 60 Minutes on CBS and streaming on Paramount+. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Capital One. What's in your wallet? FanDuel. Play your game. And by Taco Bell.
That's pretty funny, Ross.
Last meeting, Christmas Day of last year, utter domination by the Ravens, 31-2 the final. Today, here at M&T Bank Stadium, it's Houston that gets the upper hand. Opening.
All right, Ravens getting the ball.
They will kick it off with Fairbairn. Ali and Mitchell are Keaton Mitchell active for the first time this season for Baltimore.
Lily's live. Hello, Lily. Welcome in.
This one placed.
Taking it to 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, out to the 30-yard line.
He is out of bounds, shy of the 30-yard line. So
Jets just kicked a field goal in their game.
it is Cooper Rush's show for Baltimore. What's the expectation level of him running this offense?
Ryan, he was brought in for this exact situation because he is calm, composed. He's 9-5 when he starts in this league, and they knew that they might need this at some point. So he's going to come in here. He's going to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry. He's going to distribute the ball to the playmakers on offense and just try and run an efficient operation today.
He faced the Texans last year as a member of the Cowboys in Week 11. He threw it 55 times, 354 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. That was a Dallas
handoff.
loss to the Texans.
Henry, 1 yard.
Pile, and he carries it to the 25 for no gain. What stands out for you here?
I mean, the Houston defense has obviously been playing phenomenal football so far this year. Number 1 in the NFL in scoring defense, only 12.8 points per game. But Derrick Henry has had success against Houston throughout his career. 4 games with over 200 rushing yards. Unfortunately, I'm a little too up close and personal with a few of those.
Yeah.
But that's what they're going to need today, a huge performance out of Derrick Henry.
We have a lot of graphics that illustrate that. Sorry, Jay.
Let's leave him on the cutting room.
I'm just going to apologize in advance. Flag.
Handoff.
This Hill is in.
That run's coming back. It's a legal motion, Ravens. I saw it.
It's a 5-yard.
Tight end started moving upfield before it could.
Nope, boom. The former Los Angeles Ram who's in there at left tackle, and Lan Clark is our referee today.
Illegal motion.
Legal motion, offense.
5-yard penalty. Second down.
And that's Isaiah Likely, the tight end. So even when something good happens for Baltimore, it really doesn't.
Yeah.
Hey, Ken, welcome in.
When you got the backup quarterback filling in and you want to get on rhythm and get off to a hot start, putting yourself behind the sticks isn't great. And then you also have the matchup of Danielle Hunter versus Noteboom, who's filling in for Ronnie Stanley that we should be watching today.
2 tight ends in this formation. Andrews and Kohler. Henry is back in there. Rush to throw.
Rush across the middle. Flowers.
Flowers bounces off a tackle. And he's
Out to the 30. 3rd down and short coming up. 3rd down and short.
His approach, he said, a high school coach once told me, get the ball to the fast guys and you'll be fine. That stuck with me.
Mission accomplished, high school coach, because he's listening to you. That's what you need to do today. Put the ball in Zay Flowers' hands. He's incredible after the catch, and right there, that little move is so difficult to defend. 3 guys convert.
3rd down and short.
Lays a hand on him.
So a 9-yard pickup sets up a 3rd down and 5 with a 4-receiver set. Cooper Rush, 31 years old, in his 9th year in the league.
Rush across, caught. Andrews out to the 40, 1st down.
Baltimore crowd reacts. Kalen Bullock with a hit.
Take a look at this pocket. This offensive line is going to do a really nice job for Cooper Rush, keeping that Texans front out so he has time to look over the middle and deliver to Mark Andrews. Really nice.
Raiders are on the board. 3 points over there.
He can put the ball where it needs to go.
We asked Cooper Rush, what's your mindset? He said, just be yourself. Gets hectic when the starter goes out. Remain calm.
Handoff, short run for the Ravens. 2nd down.
Barnett and Al Shire combined to bring him down. So this is since Lamar Jackson has become the full-time starter. They've gone 3-9 without him. Their points per game certainly way down, and the total yards per game down as well. It's not the same offense with anybody in there compared to Lamar, but in the past they tried to have backups that could fit within the same style. Cooper Rush, different kind of quarterback, so that was a clear, conscious decision.
Play action. Rush. Throws on the run. Caught. Andrews, 1st down. No, Kohler.
Kohler brings it in cleanly.
Kohler brings it in.
He's initially going to look in the flat here to Zay Flowers, who's covered up, and he checks to his next read and delivers a nice throw on the move for a 1st down.
Nice catch.
Good job so far. Like you said,
real nice catch right there.
He's a different quarterback than Lamar, but they had those conversations when they signed him this offseason and told him what that vision would be if he did get in.
That's a 10-yard completion. Even Rush was surprised when the Ravens called.
Handoff up the middle. Short run by Henry.
Inside to the 44. That's a gain of 4. Hit by Barnett. NFL Today update. Let's go to New York and Adam Shaw.
Iron Jackson darts. Little play action. Hit your guy Theo Johnson. Dart 5 to 5.
44 yards on the drive. 7-0 Giants.
7-0 Giants over in their game.
Dart bringing the juice for the Big Blue. 3 tight ends in this formation. Ravens are on the move now inside.
Under center, single back set. Double, triple tight end. Handoff, nothing.
Any kind of momentum, and he is swung down for no gain on the play by To'o.
You're going to see here, look at all these people just in the box. Everybody is so tight in here. It almost brings the defense's eyes and everything just in. And then you try and run Derrick Henry right up the middle. You've got the defense all condensed. It's almost better if you're able to spread them out a little bit to try and create some space, because Derrick Henry is a downhill runner. One cut, put his foot in the ground, and go.
Shotgun, look at the throw. 3rd down and 6.
Already with a 7-0 lead. Rush, shotgun, rushes on, Rush hangs in there.
Caught! 1st down and more. Hopkins all the way down to the 15, and there's a flag. What's the flag?
EJ Speed came oh so close to getting to the QB rush.
DeAndre Hopkins, he even gets held. No problem. He gets off of it, and he's got some of the
Defense number 4.
Result of the play, 1st down.
Completion, defensive holding.
Ball spotted at the 16.
Delivering despite taking a big hit after a nice stunt up front. Stands in the pocket, delivers, and Hop, Houston fans know all too well, he's got some of the best hands in the NFL on display there.
Did not have a catch last week. That snapped a streak of 181 games with at least 1 reception. 8th longest of all time. Pete
Mitchell slips out of bounds.
At the end of the play, but they love what Mitchell brings. That acceleration, the quick cuts. He's dealt with a bunch of injuries in his young career.
This is a guy that Ravens fans have been looking forward to seeing get the ball in his hands a little bit more.
Welcome to the clubhouse, Mary White. Thank you for joining.
And he delivers on a perimeter run, picking up a nice chunk of yardage.
6-yard pickup. 2nd down and 4 from the 10.
2nd and 4, handoff. Henry, nothing, gets stuffed.
They got him down low, and it was Will Anderson Jr. We asked D'Amico Ryan, how do you deal with Henry? He said, you build a wall up front, play with awareness. He's not a start-stop kind of guy. He doesn't want to break stride, so check his feet.
Yeah, they want to get him checking his feet behind the line, just like you said, Ian, because once he gets ahead of steam downhill, he is unbelievably hard.
3rd and 4, 3rd and 4.
He has that stiff arm, but today so far, he only
Ravens can get a 1st down inside the 6.
They've been effective doing that. It's just that Cooper Rush on this first drive has looked very good.
And this is the 11th play of the drive for Baltimore. They go empty, Rush with a
quick out to Flowers.
Flowers makes a man miss.
He's down at the 8. He couldn't get in there.
And now it's 4th down.
Ravens got a decision here.
They're going to bring out the field goal unit. Danielle Hunter was among those trying to chase him down. Lamar Jackson fully engaged in the process, was looking at the plays on his own wristband and going through the mental reps of playing this game.
Yeah, and I think he's got to be happy with what he's seen from the guy filling it.
4th and 3, field goal attempt here.
Move the team down the field, may not put it in the end zone, but a lot of confidence built up.
Tyler Loop.
It's a short kick, 27 yards for the rookie from Arizona, Tyler Loop. And Loop's field goal
is good. 7-3. Seven, 3. And Denver just put up a field goal.
All customers get a profit boost every NFL game day. FanDuel, play your game.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th, this is a deal away.
Just bust the move.
Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days.
McDonald's is putting value back on the menu.
which means make it a meal and save. Extra value meals are back. So now get a Big Mac meal for $8.
All right, Ravens chasing 4 in the first quarter.
First the weight room, then it's straight to conditioning. Okay, that was clean. Quick pose for the cameras, and it's to the lake where I keep my mental game strong. Keep my energy right, grab a Celsius.
America, are you sitting down? Southwest is introducing assigned seating. Assigned seating. Assigned seating. Assigned seating. Wait.
I can choose my seat.
That's why it's so assigned seating.
Plus, extra legroom seats.
Yeah. Now we can sit together on the plane.
Do we have to?
No.
I can't believe that nobody's ever thought of this before. Carne asada is back to bold.
All right.
Fresh, no bad stuff.
With garlic.
Cumin, coriander, it's super tender.
Do you see?
Keeping an eye on all the games on the Red Zone Network myself.
You're going to want to put it on every seat. 10 out of 10 flavor.
Not a lot of craziness going on.
It's not about running from the fire. It's about facing it.
So whatever comes next.
Fire Country. Season premiere bet. CBS Friday, October 17th.
The events
All right, here comes the kick.
provided by Nationwide. Back here in Baltimore, strong drive by the Ravens and Cooper Rush. They had to settle for the short field goal. The 12 play, 71 yards. Rush was 5 of 5 for 69 yards. And now Luke.
Boom, there's your kickoff.
Smith and Noel.
That's a 10, 15, 20, 25, out to the 30 and tackled there.
He's brought down at the 31-yard line. Prior to the game, a moment of silence inside M&T Bank Stadium, remembering Arthur Jones, former defensive tackle and Super Bowl champion with the Ravens, unexpectedly passed away on Friday at the age of 39. Highly respected. Everybody associated with the Ravens talked about his positivity and the influence and impact he had in the locker room and out on the field.
All right, let's do this.
Nick Chubb opens up.
First down and 10, first and 10. Look at the throw underneath, caught, gain of 9.
And hits the tight end Schultz for a 9-yard pickup. Check in with Evan Washburn.
The injuries on defense mean new roles. So rookie Teddy Buchanan, the 4th rounder out of Cal, he's got the green dot, which means he has the communications from the sideline and Zach Orr to call the plays. Trent Simpson's his backup. That's a role that's normally Roquan Smith. His backup, Kyle Hamilton, Marlon Humphrey, all unavailable. So the communication, as we saw in that first drive, something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Just the opposite.
Handoff. First down, out to the 45.
And you've got the veteran Chubb, who has put up outstanding numbers throughout his career. That's a 5-yard gain for the 4-time Pro Bowler. Remember also, JJ, playing without Joe Mixon, who had such a huge impact on this run game and in the leadership department last year.
He did. There's been a lot of talk about the changes in the Texans offense from their offensive coordinator to Laramie Tunsil. But Joe Mixon not being out there has been a big change. And they're hoping that Woody Mars can kind of fill that role as an addition to Nick Chubb.
Extra offensive lineman here.
Handoff right up the middle. Gain of a couple, 2, maybe 3. Hello, Gloria and Jason. Back to back. Thank you for gifting memberships today. Blessing Dragon Fan and Booty Herder. Thank you so much for blessing me and Preston and the channel. Your continued support for us is unwavering. Thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Role in the defense. He gets the call from the coordinator. He disseminates that call throughout the defense. Then he has to get everybody lined up and get himself lined up. There's a lot that goes.
Ryan Rowe, hello, buddy.
Being out of breath and tired. So
second down and 7.
And excellent use of the word disseminates.
Thank you. Big Wisconsin.
End of the first quarter. End of the first quarter.
All right, let's end it on that note in the first quarter. We'll disseminate what we need to do differently in the second quarter from a broadcast standpoint. 7-3. The Texans in front on CBS.
Let it start. Let it buster.
Looks like Miami is driving again in their game. I don't know what that was.
Is the perfect meal for two.
I can't believe we're on a date.
Oh, I'm just here.
Saints are also driving.
I don't want to have kids with you.
Six.
Wait, could we eat here every meal?
Yes.
All right. Big six meal for two for $19.99.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Sky Rizzy, feels symptom relief.
There goes Barkley. Look out.
People were in remission at 12 weeks at 1 year.
Barkley starts getting loose. Philly will be in good shape.
Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and TB. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines. Liver problems leading to hospitalization may occur when treated for Crohn's.
And Colts are also moving the ball. Colts have been a real surprise this year.
Also known as the creature of habit. Rarely will he stray from his patterns, even when they lead to a dry spell. What's this? He's using hymns to explore treatments for ED instead of burying his head in the sand. And yes, he's actually completed an online intake. Why, he's well on his way to doctor-trusted treatment options if prescribed. This might call for a reclassification.
There's Booty Herder getting recognized. Second recognition will come through in a second.
Lowe's knows tackling projects now means you can football Sunday.
Floors. He needs to up his ground game.
Well, we can measure it.
Measure?
Lowe's can measure and install it for you.
You can't measure passion, right, Jim? Stop trying to work the crew. This is Jim, one of the greats, and handsome.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Buffalo Wild Wings. Get Pick 6 for $19.99. And by Blow.
What's up, TPG? Yes, the Vikings post-game show. Congratulations on your last-second win there. TPG in the house, everybody. Saints are about to kick a field goal in their game. They did.
Smith and Company. Texans look good in that first quarter on the
Second down and 7. Second and 7 here.
56 yards and a touchdown. Hutchinson with his first career touchdown in that opening quarter in his third year in the NFL. They have a bunch of Iowa State wide receivers, including Xavier Hutchinson, Nolan, and Higgins as well.
Play action. Look at the throw. He's got all day. It got dropped. Chubb had the first down. He dropped it. Third down here.
They sent all three receivers real deep. The offensive line gives great protection, and then Nick Chubb just slips out up the middle, unable to handle it. Sometimes those are the toughest ones. The ones that
Third down and 7. Third and 7.
These two teams both went to the divisional round last year. It was Houston up against Kansas City. Texans came up short. A good game, though, 23-14. Chiefs. Ravens fell to the Buffalo Bills. Stroud on third down and 7.
Third down and 7. Schultz caught in double coverage. First down. Wow. That's a killer.
Stand in that pocket strong. An area that the Baltimore Ravens have been missing badly this year is pressure. They have not been able to get pressure up front. They only have 4 sacks, and 2 of them are on IR with Matabuke. So they have to find a way to get into this pocket. And the Texans' offensive line on the other side has been getting stronger and gelling more each game as they go. So that's going to be a matchup to watch. If CJ has time.
From the 40. Handoff around the outside. Gain of 10. Inside the 30. Marks on the run.
Marks is 24 years old himself. He got blocks from Andrews and Howard to help string him loose.
He's just going to go out towards the edge here on an outside zone, and you're going to see great blocks on the edge. Titus Howard, Dalton Schultz all setting the edge. Xavier Hutchinson with the touchdown.
First and 10.
11-yard pickup. Stroud goes to the other side. And
Stroud to the other side. 8-yard pickup. Too much time. He's got all day.
With the hit, as we mentioned, a bunch of
it's going to be a long day.
Baltimore, and Stroud on the offense is clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, and like you said, he has been spreading the ball around. The offense in the passing game has been Nico Collins heavy so far this year. So it's nice to see a little bit more diversity in that passing game, which also keeps the defense on their toes.
Second down and 1. Extra offensive lineman once again.
Second and 1. Inside, down inside the 10, but there's a flag down.
Marker down back at the 21-yard line. And
Touchdown, Colts.
Going to be a hold.
Touchdown, Dolphins.
Just inside there, you can see it. It's Drew Scruggs. Ooh.
Welcome in, Matthew Walter.
Outside the framework of the body, they're going to call that every time.
Scruggs has been playing at the left guard position and was formerly occupied by the veteran Laken Tomlinson.
There are 2 fouls by the offense. Illegal formation.
Illegal formation. Probably also holding. They're going to move that back.
And blame it on the juice.
Philly has also kicked a field goal.
Third year in the NFL. D'Amico Ryans, when we asked him about the offensive line, he said, it's getting better every week. He gave a lot of credit to Titus Howard, who he's felt has really stepped up his game in the leadership category. You mentioned Laramie Tunsil now, member of the Washington Commanders. That was a big decision to get rid of.
All the way back at the 30, 2nd and 11.
That they were ready for the next chapter.
Handoff again right up the middle, 3rd down.
To Chubb.
On the give to Chubb.
Chubb and Marks. That one goes for 6 yards.
Yeah, and I think you see a little bit of the difference of style between the two of them on those last 2 runs. Obviously, the holding call brought it back, but Woody Marks has that lateral agility, those jump cuts, and then the explosion once he sees the hole open up. Nick Chubb is going to be more of your power back. You hand it to him, he puts his foot in the ground, comes downhill, and will deliver a blow. So they try and use that little thunder and lightning action.
3rd down and 5. 3rd down and 5.
Actually, some pretty good pass protection.
Ravens need to pick up their defense somehow.
This is now a 3rd and 5. They shift no
Pressure coming. He's going to get hit. The Ravens finally get there. Kyle Van Noy, who's back.
Leading the Misfits.
And they're going to hold him to a field goal. That's huge.
This is just a bust in protection. You have Kyle Van Noy right here, and he's going to come completely free. Woody Marks has 2 guys, doesn't know what to do, and Kyle Van Noy. They don't ask how you got the sacks. They just ask how many. That's not what you want to see if you're C.J. Stroud. An untouched Kyle Van Noy right in your grill.
Field goal opportunity coming right here, and it's up and good.
Mark. Here in the second.
So, you guys, what can I get you?
That's the first sack they've had in a long time.
How about the 2 for $25? You get 1 app and 2 entrees, like our new grilled cheese cheeseburger.
Applebee's 2 for $25. 1 app and 2 entrees.
I checked Allstate first.
All right, we got a quick timeout here. Ravens will be getting the ball when we come back.
Georgia bark at my boss would be appropriate. Go, dogs.
Yeah. So we need.
And it's not. Checking Allstate first. Barking at my boss. Dumb. At least I checked Allstate first and saved hundreds.
Hey, Bark Boy.
Those guys are crazy.
Neil, welcome back in.
No 2 members are alike. Their routines are different. They use different equipment. 1, 2, 3. And they do it for different reasons.
You're a mythical beast.
But they all have one thing in common. They're all strong.
That's right.
We're all strong on this
All right.
Planet Fitness.
One more, everybody.
Anybody new in here today, say hello in the chat. We'd love to welcome you in.
Boys and Girls Clubs of America.
Appreciate you being here today.
And your communities.
I know it's not the hottest game out of all of them being played right now, but we're glad you're over here hanging with us. We'll try to keep you up to date on all the games as we go through.
Try new cheesesteak crazy puffs for $3.99. Little Caesars is the real deal. Pizza.
You talk to people, they don't see the badge. I talk to people, that's all they see. Well, it helps when your dad is the patron saint of Edgewater Outlaw.
Worried you coming up here without an S over.
I can handle myself.
Sheriff Country, Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premiere Week. Our patients need detectives. I have never seen anything like this.
Dun, dun, dun. CBS will get their commercials in, that's for sure. Okay, here we are.
Back-to-back season premieres of Matlock and HOUvsBAL. New next Sunday after 60 Minutes, kicking off CBS Premiere Weekend, streaming on Paramount+. Stroud took the sack. D'Amico Ryans, when we asked him about CJ, said, look, we talk about expectations, told him you don't have to.
All right, here comes the kick.
Get rid of the ball. Don't take sacks. That time he didn't have much of a choice.
No, you would have had to be a superhero to get out of that one without taking a sack.
But Texans do build on the lead. Now a 10-3 advantage here, early stages, second quarter. Fairbairn will kick it off. Ali and Mitchell are the deep men for Baltimore.
There's your kick.
They are keying in on
Collected at the 10, 20,
Gets bunched up and then taken down as he crosses the 25.
outside the 25.
2019, the Ravens launched Call to Action, a volunteer day of service, allowing fans and players the opportunity to participate.
First and 10 on the 25.
This year's Call to Action volunteerism included a record 60,000 participants and 11.5 million combined minutes of service were tallied among the Call to Action volunteers.
I think you have to actually call it.
I should say it.
All right, first and 10, under center. Here we go.
That's it.
Play action. Look at the throw. Incomplete. Was looking for Bateman.
Receiver there for Baltimore. And Al Shire went down on the play, and he's still down right now. One of the leaders.
Shire down on the field.
For this Houston defense is slow to get up.
Oh. You're going to see him in the middle here, and he just takes a step right here, and his leg
Just rolls his ankle. Ugh.
goes opposite of where he wants it to go.
That can be painful.
Al Shire, who played for D'Amico Ryans in San Francisco when Ryans was moving up the ranks as a coach. And there's just a lot of trust between D'Amico, the former outstanding linebacker himself, and a good sign Al Shire is jogging off to the sideline for Houston.
And we asked, who are the vocal leaders on this defense? Who are the guys that step up when something needs to be said? He said Azeez and Will Anderson. Those are the two guys that the Texans lean on. So you hope to see him back out there for them because he's not only a great player, he's also a leader for that group.
Christian Harris is a healthy scratch, inactive today. So you got Toto, you got DJ Speed.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of Texans fans that.
All right, here we go.
6 in the sack in the playoff game.
Second down and 10. Second and 10.
Be able to use that guy out here.
Second down and 10 now for Baltimore after the incompletion. Give.
Handoff. Henry only got about 3.
Get ahead of steam, and he's cut down after the gain of 2 by MJ.
Fi, welcome in.
Well, we talked about the green dot for the Ravens. Al Shire wears the green dot for the Texans, so communication under the microscope here for Toa Toa. Also important to remind folks that Matt Burke...
Giants just scored again.
The Texans, D'Amico Ryans handed that over prior to last week's game. Not a panic move, but felt like it allowed him to see the entire team during game day, and they've been able to keep the standard.
Third and 8.
In this game again with Shire in that blue tent.
And now a 3rd and 8 for the Ravens with Rush operating out of the gun. He's got Hill to his side. Rush pump.
Rush rolls. Sacked. Back at the 8.
Mario Edwards Jr. with Will Anderson.
Sacked back at the 8.
There's a lot going on here. First, you're going to see Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter knock each other off because they get into the backfield. Will Anderson does a nice job with a little bull and shimmy, and then it's pure effort by Mario as he goes in the back, and Cooper Rush has nowhere to go with the ball. Just a relentless front pressure for the Houston Texans.
It is a loss of 16, and it pins the Ravens deep in their own territory with Stout trying to get them out of trouble.
Boom. Stout gets it off.
Sailing kick. No backpedals. Brings it in cleanly.
There's a flag down.
And no trying to operate the other way, and he's dropped right around the 30.
Cowboys just scored a touchdown.
Trenton Simpson on special teams. That was a 62-yard kick. So, Glenn Clark 6th year as a referee, joined the NFL in 2018. And having a conversation, the officials, with Frank Ross, the special teams coach for the Houston Texans.
We should do official stats, all right? Yeah, how many penalties?
Oh, yeah, they keep them.
Illegally going out of bounds. Kicking team number 34. 5-yard penalty. Play, 4th down.
So they're going to re-kick.
They're going to re-kick. Re-kick after illegally going out of bounds.
It's going to be at the bottom of your screen here. Contact in the white when the runner's out of bounds. That's going to be the issue.
So now Stout, who did his job well, is going to have to do it again.
You have to try and get back into the field of play immediately once you're in the white. Just didn't do that there, so it'll erase a great punt for the Ravens, and they'll have to give it another shot.
Have to try to punt it again.
4th and 29
Ugh.
for Baltimore, and Stout's going to set up with his
On his goal line.
at the back of the end line. Nick Moore, the snapper. Not much of a rush. He didn't get all of this one. And it does not take a Baltimore roll. It bounced around. And Houston's going to open up.
Houston's going to open up in Ravens territory with this one.
Not nearly as good as take 1 for Baltimore. Houston's got a 7-point lead with possession when we come back.
When you make your dip super creamy with helmets, your new boyfriend can know nothing.
Tough one here today, but we'll keep at it. Ravens got to have their defense dig in.
Oh, great fumble.
Colts just scored again. They're up 14-3.
The 3 for Me, only at Chili's, is now available with the all-new Big QP, fries, bottomless chips and salsa, and a bottomless drink, all for just $10.99. So if you're McDone with tiny, overpriced burgers, just come to Chili's. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
Dolphins just scored again.
For building special bonds. No one wants to be known for cancer, but a treatment can be. Keytruda is known to treat cancer. FDA approved for 18 types of cancer, including certain early stage and advanced cancers. One of those cancers is a kind of uterine cancer called advanced endometrial carcinoma. Keytruda may be used with certain chemotherapies.
Oh, come on.
In adults when your cancer has spread or returned.
Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack healthy parts of your body during or after treatment. This may be severe and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you have cough, shortness of breath, chest pain, diarrhea, severe stomach pain, nausea or vomiting, headache, light sensitivity, eye problems, irregular heartbeat, extreme tiredness, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in appetite, thirst or urine, confusion, memory problems, persistent or severe muscle pain or weakness, muscle cramps, fever, rash, itching or flushing. There may be other side effects. About all medical conditions, including immune or nervous system.
They're going to start on the Baltimore 41.
Myasthenia gravis, or Guillain-Barré syndrome, an organ, tissue, or stem cell transplant, or receive chest radiation. Keytruda can harm your unborn baby.
Keytruda is an immuno.
Gotta love the red zone.
Also being studied in hundreds of clinical trials, exploring ways
They keep you up to date to the second, just flying back and forth.
Keytruda. See all the types of cancer Keytruda is known for at Keytruda.com and ask your doctor if Keytruda could be right for you.
It's called Georgie and Andy's first marriage, which would imply there's a second one. Hadn't thought of that. But for now,
Hubba hubba, right?
I heard that part. Still married. The new season of Georgie and Andy is here. CBS October 16th.
It's been a shift in identity for the Houston Texans at the beginning of the season. What they're doing defensively really stands out, opening eyes around the NFL. Offensively, not so much. But there's been a change here in the first half. In Baltimore, Houston has looked crisp. And first year.
All right, here we go. Houston's ball.
Nick Caley with this new scheme starting to settle in.
Yeah, you can see it right there. The first 37 drives of the year, only 3 touchdowns. You have 4 on their last 6.
Off the boot, Stroud floats one to Higgins. That was a 24-yard disparity from where they would have had the ball if there was no penalty on the initial punt to where they eventually got the ball in Baltimore territory.
That's one of those things that you don't really even notice or realize at the moment, but is huge. That's over 2 first downs that were gained just by that little penalty on the punt coverage team. And that puts Houston in advantageous position here to try and go down and add some points to this lead.
They're looking at a 2nd and 4 from the Baltimore.
2nd and 4. 2nd and 4. Chubb handoff. Short run. He didn't get much on that one.
Would go down on first contact. They're going to mark him down after the gain of 1. Setting up 3rd down. Malachi Starks, rookie out of Georgia, helping to lead that charge. So now Woody Marks will come in on 3rd down.
You've got a 3rd and 3 here, and you can kind of do whatever you want. If you want to try and run the ball, you can. If you want to get it out there in the passing game, obviously you've got Miami.
Ravens looking for a stop here.
For the field goal, or it could be a 4th and short if you don't get it that you go for. So playbook is wide open for Mick Haley here.
It's a 3rd and 3.
Shotgun formation, 3rd and 3. Play action. He's going to throw. Can take off running. He'll get the first down inside the 30. He'll get this inside the 5.
Stroud looking for the pylon. Texans believe they got a touchdown. Woody Marks with a key block. And they're going to mark him down just shy of the goal line.
Baltimore 5-yard line, 1st and goal.
Yep, just barely out of bounds before the goal line, but what a run by C.J. Stroud. Not something you see him do too often, but he had man coverage in front of him. So everybody's back was turned to the line of scrimmage, and they didn't even see him scrambling out. Which
he looks pretty good.
For him to then get
okay.
The line and take it all the way to the...
They're going to mark him at the 4, so he stepped out of bounds.
Out of bounds at the 4, 1st and goal.
On the give,
Chubb. Ravens need a turnover right here. They need a fumble or an interception right here.
Look, there's a certain standard and reputation with the Baltimore defense. Even before the injuries, they were not living up to it so far in the young season.
Yeah, when you step into M&T Bank Stadium, you expect to see a dominant defense. You expect to see the Baltimore Ravens. You immediately think of Ed Reed, Ray Lewis, those dominant defenses, and they just haven't seen it yet. And you look back to last year, they started out in the first 10 weeks poorly and then finished the season extremely strong. They don't have that time this year. They need to figure it out.
Play action. Look at the throw. Wide open. Tight end. Touchdown. Up. Hold on. Flag on the play. Late flag. Late flag.
Could be a pick.
Pass interference offense. They're going to move it back.
Pass interference offense, number 86. 10-yard penalty. 2nd down.
It's actually not going to be on 86. It's going to be on Higgins on the outside. He runs a little slant, which they're trying to make it look like a slant, but it turns into a pick, which opens it up for Dalton Schultz. So anything beyond 1 yard is going to be a penalty, and they get called with it there.
So back it up for the Texans. Touchdown is off the board.
Touchdown off the board. Move it back to the 12-yard line.
Touchdown off the board. It puts you back. It's now 2nd and goal from the 13-yard line, which is a whole lot different.
Texans were poised to score another touchdown. Initially looked like Stroud may have had it on the run. He didn't. 2nd and goal from the 13.
2nd and goal from the 13. Underneath, caught.
Nate Wiggins, who was a question mark to play this game. Wiggins left last week's game with an elbow injury, and he limits Hutchinson to a gain of
3rd down and goal from the 10.
Clock is rolling.
And I think about how big the effort was to not let
Saints just kicked a field goal.
Teddy Buchanan came all the way down and had to get him out of bounds. And now it sets up a situation where that could have been a touchdown, and they might keep it to just 3.
Trips to the left. Trips to the left.
C.J. Stroud, 30 rushing.
Timeout Baltimore. Timeout Ravens.
Baltimore. It's a 3rd and goal, just short of the 10.
Baltimore.
That was probably a short call, a good call. They looked like they were confused.
Going into today, if you told D'Amico Ryans that through a quarter and a half, C.J. Stroud would be out rushing Derrick Henry, you'd be a very happy man.
It's just not normal. Doesn't feel right. Downstairs to Evan.
The guy's pretty explosive for an old 24-year-old. He became a headline this week when he was talking about watching his old high school tape when he was about 180 pounds. Called himself explosive then. Not so much now, but I would say he's proven a lot of people wrong.
Yeah, he felt that those comments, first of all, were in a joking manner, and they were taken seriously.
We'll see.
But he did say he does
gotta do something.
old videos of himself. He'll go on Huddle and check out high school footage. He's going as far back as middle school footage.
All right, here we go.
Yeah, I wish I had middle school footage that wasn't able to watch. Those VHS tapes don't train.
Shotgun formation, trips to the left. Ravens pressure across the middle. Caught. Touchdown.
Protection up front, just zero pressure on
17-3, extra point pending.
Gonna run a little dig across the middle and just have too much leverage and space to catch that ball. Watch this pocket also. Just nothing but time. Zero pressure on C.J. Stroud. And
that's the key, zero pressure.
Defense when you give him all day like that.
Another on-time throw from C.J. Stroud, his 2nd touchdown of the day. And Fairbairn is on for the PAT.
Extra point's good.
It is 17-3. Houston. Stroud. Spry. 24-year-old going for 30 yards. And then setting up the bread and butter.
Defense is shredded for us.
Behind every DIY.
There's more help than you think.
Try this straightening iron.
Nice.
Sometimes help.
6 plays, 51 yards. We're glad you're here today. Hope you're having a good time wherever you're at.
Quick. I wonder if I can link 2 ropes together. Perfect. Because do it yourself
Doesn't have to mean
all by yourself.
What are you working on?
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back because we know you love to get the most out of your pizza by getting the most on your pizza. Get any hand-tossed pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Get extra without paying extra for $9.99 at Domino's.
Miller chimes starting in 1975. And the class
It's not going to be their day today, Dave. Not going to be their season this year, I don't think. That's the one thing teams are having trouble overcoming is injuries. The Panthers are trying to do something in their game.
Yep. This is our year.
And the Eagles just scored in their game.
His best deal on the new iPhone 17 Pro without needing the most expensive plan taught me anything. Is that switching things up can be a good call. So how about we try something that's timeless?
Oh, yeah. Good call. Ooh. Get the all-new iPhone.
The Eagles just scored.
Designed to be the most powerful iPhone yet. Most expensive plan not required.
I've been a copier for over 20 years. At the end of the day, this town is a family.
Sheriff Country series premiere event, CBS Friday, October 17th. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Just looking here real quick.
AT&T. Connecting changes everything. And by Domino's. Get great deals on pizza, bread bites, chicken, desserts, and more.
$17-3, Texans lead it. You can always count on Sundays with the NFL on CBS and Paramount Plus. Stroud now 10 of 12, 96 yards, 2 touchdowns, 30 yards on the ground. Touchdown to Collins, another touchdown to Hutchinson. And Fairbairn will kick it off. Good vibes right now.
Dolphins are playing well today, yes.
Low kick, and it rolls to Mitchell.
Here's Mitchell at the 15, 20. 25-30 out to the 37-38. Ravens will start there.
So far, Derrick Henry has been a non-factor.
Yeah, Houston said that they wanted to shut down 22, so they put 8 in the box, made him patter his feet behind the line of scrimmage, and then they build that wall. They said you need that wall up front. He has 6.
Carolina Panthers just scored.
And then you look at it and you say, all right,
please let Vianney know to post in English, please.
To pass the ball, which makes it even more difficult to get the run game going.
5-time Pro Bowler. Had a huge season last year.
False start Ravens. That's not how they want to start.
False start. 80 of the offense. 5-yard penalty. Still first down.
And the second penalty on Isaiah Likely. NFL Today update. Adam Shine.
I know you're a vibes kind of guy. Jonathan Taylor, Offensive Player of the Year kind of vibes. 14-3.
14-3 Colts.
Yeah, it's been a vindication season for Jonathan Taylor among top rushers in the NFL. Yeah, I was going to get to the Wisconsin thing. Keaton Mitchell getting a call here. And right now, Baltimore searching for something on offense. It's a 1-yard pickup. Shire is back in, and he just made that play for Houston.
You said it, Ian. They are searching. They want to get that run game going to try and open some things up in the play action and pass game, but you put yourself way back behind the sticks on a 1st and 15 with a penalty, and it's tough. You try and get the run, you only get 2 yards. Now you're sitting there at 2nd and 14. You're just putting Cooper Rush in a very difficult situation.
Rush signed a 2-year, $6.2.
Shotgun looking to throw. Dumps it underneath.
It's a swing pass.
Mitchell.
Mitchell is brought down.
Short gain.
By Shire. So sets up
Third down and about 9 coming up. 3rd down and 9.
That's the thing about Houston. They've got
Thank you, TPG.
each level, and
Again, congrats on your team winning today.
want to be the best, number one.
Yeah, offensive coordinator for the Ravens, Todd Monken, said they have guys at every single level, and they swarm and they embody that mentality that their head coach wants. What I'm going to watch here on this play is Will Anderson off the top of the screen up against Noteboom, who's filling in for Ronnie Stanley.
Justice Hill is in there on a 3rd down.
Shotgun looking to throw. Dumps it underneath. Incomplete to Hill.
So the play never.
There's a late flag. Late flag.
Looks like it's going to be an illegal man downfield.
It's going to be against the Ravens. Not going to matter.
And the crowd here was certainly a little bit stunned after the last Texans drive where they scored, and now they're getting a little more towards the antsy vibe.
Yeah, and you're hearing murmurs of boos, not all-out boos.
Clear downfield. Offense number 64. Penalties decline. 4th down.
And it's just frustrating, Ian, when you have such huge expectations coming into the year and you've been so close so many times. It's understandable to be frustrated as a fan when you think you might be taking that next step and you start out 1-3.
So another punt here for Jordan Stout.
Another punt for the Ravens here.
Noel is waiting for it at the 15. He moves forward, fair catch called for, and then he lets it bounce, and it will roll and settle in.
Settle in at the 22.
3-yard line. Texans get the ball back. Nelson Fernandez, Spanish language announcer for CBS Sports, a friend to so many of us, passed away this week. Nelson has called our NFL games in Spanish since 2012. He will be missed by all who knew him, and our sincere condolences to his family.
All right.
Boundary Day.
200 on North News.
Watch me.
Super good.
See you next Sunday.
All right, let's see if the Ravens can hold them on this run. That'll be the question.
Sugar down. Gemini, which of these would be a little as expected?
Check out the olives. They'd go great with the hydrangeas below.
Will those last till Saturday?
Yeah, they should last until Saturday if they're kept in water.
Da-da.
The new monster menu is now at Burger King.
Really?
Frightfully fun. Oh.
Wow, the Saints just scored on the Giants on like an 80-yard play to Shaheed. If you got Rashid Shaheed in your fantasy, you're pretty happy right now.
What do you think?
He just threw him a bomb.
Okay, Bridgewater, you're in.
Teddy Bridgewater, back up, listener.
If only there were backups in real life.
Go.
So we've been
But at least there's Progressive to protect your home and auto.
a different person.
You think he's
Appreciate you guys hanging out today on this one.
not a mechanic? It's not your job.
The Texans have never won in Baltimore, so this could be a first time for them.
For you, I'm feeling great. How's your retirement plan going? Oh, I've been ignoring it and then hoping for the best. Come on, good retirement.
Don't just hope for a strong future, plan for one. With Voya, plan, invest, protect.
This morning, we had a very scary situation.
Oh my God.
In this game, life is on the line. Is he breathing? Is he breathing?
Survivor is all new. CBS Wednesday at 8/7 Central.
Back here in Baltimore, slot time.
Slime time.
Get it right. You gotta spin that in the right direction. Nicely done.
All right, Stroud brings them out. Here we go. First down and 10.
Nick Chubb in the backfield. Houston playing with a
Handoff of the end around.
Give it to Nico Collins.
Nico Collins.
Collins takes it to the 30-yard line on first down. 8-yard pickup.
8-yard pickup, 2nd and 2.
By the Houston Texans in their last 3 quarters.
That's certainly the offensive explosion that they've been looking for, that the fans have been waiting for, and that Nick Caley and C.J. Stroud have been trying to build. C.J. Stroud talked about how him and Nick Caley are trying to get on the same page, mixing Nick's offense and what he wants to do with what the players excel best at. And it certainly seems like they're starting to find the perfect balance.
2nd and 2.
Handoff on 2nd and 2. Chubb first down out to the 37.
He got away from Jenkins.
First down and 10.
5-yard pickup.
Tackling. Just got to tackle the guy when you've got him wrapped up. It's a little tough in traffic, but those are the type of things that are different than Baltimore Ravens teams of the past.
Nick Chubb, he was one of the premier backs in the NFL. Devastating injury coming back from that last year, but always known as a one-cut runner with incredible vision.
Shotgun. Still no pressure. Complete. Cross the middle. Out to the 42. 2nd down and about 4. No pressure at all right now.
Made by Teddy Buchanan. That's a gain of 6 through the air.
Kirk was lined up in the backfield there and just sneaks out, finds a little spot in the zone, and C.J. Stroud connects with him to create a much more manageable 3rd down situation here. Don't technically have to run a play if they don't want to before the 2-minute warning.
And it appears that's the mindset right
there. They're going to let it run down to the 2-minute warning.
They're not even breaking the huddle.
Nope. 17-3. They're pleased with where they've been so far. They'll take it to the 2-minute and see what they can do.
2-minute warning.
2nd and 4 when we come back. Right now in control in Baltimore, a place where they have never won. 0-8.
0-8 all time. They're about to change that. They are working to change that.
Paradise doesn't always have palm trees. Corona, La Playa awaits.
Confidence isn't given. It's built. One choice, one moment, one step at a time. How you feel?
The Jets are driving.
It starts.
And they just fumbled the ball. Wow.
Thursday Night Football.
Jets were driving and they fumbled the ball on like the 4-yard line. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
The Philadelphia Eagles face the New York Giants. Tonight's
Credit the Divisional Run. And he breaks free. And into the action he goes. Straight Thursday night football. Eagles, Giants at 7 p.m. Eastern. Only on Prime.
The UPS store is more than just a shipping store. We're the packet, shipping, guaranteed store. We know running a small business takes a lot of grit. So we're the We've Got Your Back store. Because when you trust us to pack,
Second down and 4 when we return here.
so it'll get into the hands of your customers safely. Which is why we're the stand by our word guaranteed.
Houston looks much improved over the last couple of weeks, too. That could just be because our defense is not that good and they're playing that well, but they're getting all day to throw with no pressure.
Perfect for reliving every highlight. The Patriots went for 2 in their Week 2 victory against the Dolphins. Running back Ramondre Stevenson took the handoff from quarterback Drake May and ran behind center Derek Bradbury for a successful 2-point conversion.
Quais, welcome in.
Make your favorite game day play.
Yeah, Ravens will get the ball at halftime. That is correct.
Cheeseburger. The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Progressive. Coverage you can count on. Progressive.com. And by Corona. La Playa awaits.
Since the NFL changed the playoff format, so 2020, teams that started 1-3 still made the postseason. Commanders in 2020, 3 teams in 2021, the Patriots, Steelers, and Eagles, and then last year the Rams did it. They were actually 1-4 and made the playoffs, lost in the divisional round to Philadelphia.
Here we go. Play action. Incomplete. Nice defense there by the Ravens. 3rd and 4 coming up. They played that one perfectly.
Coach Carroll, all the latest NFL scores and highlights. That's all coming up on the Verizon Halftime Report. Been tough sledding for the Baltimore offense. Just 63 total yards. Opening drive, they had 3 first downs. They have 0 since.
The Ravens hoping to get some pressure here, hoping to get off the field and let their offense get a chance to get the ball back and go down and score.
Shotgun. Here they come. Pressure. Chasing him down. Got him. There's a flag. I think the Ravens were offsides.
With a penalty marker down.
I think it's on the Ravens. Offsides defense. Automatic first down.
He got fired out of a cannon.
First down. You're so excited.
Automatic first down. Cam Bear, welcome in.
We're doing something here. You're going to see him right at the top of the screen. Just barely gets a little jump of the gun. And man, that is just a back.
That's a backbreaker right there. And my screen froze. Not good. Come on. Signal interruption. How's the signal interruption?
Breaker.
There we go.
Downs. Texans still have all 3 timeouts. 1:51 to go. That's tough.
Undrafted rookie out of Louisiana, transfer from Youngstown State. Give it
on the run.
And
Marks gain of 8.
to the 45-yard line.
2nd down and 2. Marks gain of 8.
Marks. But he loved the movie Toy Story as a kid, so his grandmother started calling him Woody. Buzz Lightyear Marks doesn't quite have the same ring, but would have been really cool.
That would have been great. I was Woody for Halloween last year.
Oh, last year?
Yeah. Don't know what I'm going to be this year. Waiting for Cohen to decide. But he's been unbelievable. You just see how slippery he is, how quick he is, how he explodes through the hole and does such a nice job on the backfield. They're looking for
2nd and 2. 2nd and 2. Pressure coming. Stroud throws it. Caught. First down at the 40.
First down, it's Harrison Bryant, the former Brown and Raider, with pressure by Owe and Irvin. 53 seconds left.
53 seconds left. We got a timeout.
And a timeout taken.
Speaking of Woody, he's going to do a great job making up for a bust.
I don't know how common it is, Debbie. It depends. There's new stadiums being built all the time.
Explodes into the backfield.
And there are expansion teams also. That's why it is with this expansion team.
They've got 99 rushing yards, Houston. They have 99.
The expansion thing plays a bigger factor into it.
That's why I set you up with it. Thank you. That's what they've been looking for, and that's what makes you dangerous as an offense. When the defensive line doesn't know if they're going to be rushing the passer or trying to settle in and stop the run, it makes it very dangerous. Where it gets easy for a defense.
When you have expansion teams that come out there, you know, if they don't win in this place, you know. So.
And when the DBs know what kind of coverage they're going to be doing. So balance is good. 99, also good.
50.
First down and 10. First down and 10.
Controlled by Houston. Stepping up and throwing.
Throws caught. Schultz down to the 20. Inside the 20. Dalton Schultz having a big first half. Welcome in, O'Connell.
Covers 21 yards. Stroud, 128 yards through the air. Completion percentage, 81%.
Stroud going to throw.
And a flag down. Kirk was matched up with Martin.
And a flag. It's going to be pass interference. First and goal, Ravens on defense.
Pass interference. Defense number 38. First down for foul.
Let's take a quick look at it here just to see. We're going to see 38 just bump into Kirk as he gets out of his break. Inhibits him from
first and goal.
But it's just been a little too easy for the Texans offense all day long. CJ stands in that pocket. Guys are able to find zones. Dalton Schultz has done a great job settling.
They're just doing whatever they want.
8 straight completions for CJ Stroud. They're knocking on the door once again.
Stroud, end zone. Hutchinson.
CJ's going to put it right where he needs to on Xavier Hutchinson's back shoulder and scored his first career touchdown earlier today and said, so nice, let's make it twice.
Working against TJ Tampa. 9 completions in a row for Stroud, and he is dealing 3 touchdowns in the first half. Fairbairn, extra point.
Fairbairn, extra points, good. 24-3.
It is all Houston. 24-3 Texans. Late stages, second quarter. Big smiles from Stroud and the rest of the Texans.
24-3, 28 seconds on the clock.
Johnny showed this NFL mom a clip about her son.
This smells like hot dog water, boy. Oh, dude.
Not my son. We need to do something about that. Do I smell hot dog water?
Mama, what you doing here?
Ooh, take this funky shirt and throw it in there. Have you heard of Downing rinse? I'm going to show you how to rinse that odor out. Smell that.
That smells a lot better.
It does.
Rinse impossible odors out in one wash.
Who's ready for a deal? Now you can order a footlong in the Subway app and get another for just $1. That's right, Subway MVP Rewards members. Just $1. Get your favorite sub plus 1. Subway. Eat fresh, feel good.
Wait, did we finally agree?
The most destinations to get the trip out of the group chat. That's what the world's biggest airline can do for you.
You're the director, directing yourself.
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. It's making me nuts.
Famed actor and director Rob Reiner.
Rob Reiner.
CBS tonight.
Tell me, Maddie Matlock, how do you feel about the theater?
All right, Ravens getting the ball back with not a lot of time to do much here. They'll get the ball back again to start the second half.
You didn't see this coming, did you now?
Matlock kicks off CBS Premiere Week next Sunday and streaming on Paramount Plus.
I live in Moscow, Scotland. And I'm a huge Texans fan.
Just all about this guy's played. Now that I've played in my favourite team.
Coming up, Verizon halftime report. JB.
Halftime, we'll be listening in, hear what's going on at all the other games.
That's all coming up on the Verizon halftime report. We're ready to go. Houston ready to go from the word jump. 44 points in their last 8 possessions. And Hutchinson is having himself a day.
It certainly is. I am big smile for a reason. CJ's still focused, but you know there's a smile there somewhere. Just for the way the offense has looked so far this year and what they knew they wanted it to look like, it certainly has so far today.
Fairbairn drives it. Ali, the return man. Baltimore just looking for
Baltimore soft return.
as he crosses the 25-yard line. CJ Stroud put a bunch of highlights in this first half.
Yeah, this is exactly what they want to be. You got Nico Collins on that in-breaking route like we talked about. CJ using his speed, which keeps the defense honest. Little play fake out there for Xavier's first touchdown. And he gives a little tap to the offensive line, who's been doing a great job protecting him today against the Ravens front that has struggled to bring pressure all year and has continued.
JJ, this is just the 18th.
Look at the throw underneath Andrews out to the 42.
Andrews to get the first down. Only 16 seconds left on the clock. It's a 12-yard pickup. We're back at 30 seconds after this from State Farm.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing the strength of this King Henry, but getting that King Henry.
Huzzah! Salutations! I'm here to lead the team. No, I don't want to. Sorcery! Behold my majestic stride!
You okay?
Oh, I am not. So don't settle for just any insurance when there's State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
That is the Ravens' first down since the opening drive.
They only have 18 plays in this half line, and the reason I bring that up is because John Harbaugh talked to us this week and said, I want more plays out of our offense. We can't only have 25-play halves or 55-play games. We need more plays.
Rush on the line.
Almost intercepted.
DeAndre Hopkins along the sideline. 8 seconds left. So that catch is made at the 42-yard line of Houston, covering 17 yards.
And you'll see here the reason that Baltimore had to use their timeout was because DeAndre Hopkins was knocked out of bounds going backwards, which means that the clock still runs. So that big hit forced Baltimore to use their last timeout, which is now going to change how they look at this next play. Can't do anything over the middle. Going to have to do something towards the sideline to try and get a little more to make an easier field goal.
Ravens actually entered this game number 3 in the NFL in scoring, but that was with Lamar Jackson in the lineup, just under 33 points per game. Right now, they'd be staring at a 60-yard field goal.
60-yard field goal with 8 seconds. I don't think so.
In his rookie season. 8 seconds to play with here. Rush from the gun. Cooper Rush got a 5 seconds, 4 seconds.
Rush got it off, but no way.
Flag is down at the 30.
Flag is down.
Andrews, the intended target. Houston pointing in Baltimore's direction.
Illegal contact. Defense number 29. 5-yard penalty with an automatic first down.
It's MJ Stewart.
5-yard penalty, automatic first down with 2 seconds. They might get a shot at a long field goal.
Somehow think that the official's going to change his mind, which he unfortunately never has in my career anyway. But yeah, you see a little grab, and that's going to put them in much better position for this field goal.
So now they're looking at a 55-yard attempt. Tyler Luke's collegiate long was 62 yards at Arizona, 6th-round draft pick. Trying to score before the end of the half. Baltimore will have the football to start the second half. Kick out the way, and it is no good.
Kicking away, no good. We got halftime. Halftime. I will be right back here just a minute.
And it's 24-3 at the break.
24-3 at the break.
Coach, after a really productive first half, how does that drive impact maybe your message in this locker room as you try and close out this game?
Yeah, I really like where our offense is moving the ball up and down the field, like how we're
Timothy Reese, hello.
defensively. Great job by our guys forcing a missed field goal.
Nico, thanks.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
End of the first half. And Texans playing at a hot.
All right, halftime, we're going to listen in. Over to CBS's halftime thing.
Hey, don't you drop that pizza.
To test the toughness of the Kia Sorento X-Pro and the Kia Sorento Turbo Hybrid, we recreated some of the wettest springs, hottest summers.
Welcome into everybody hanging out today. Halftime, we got about 10 minutes left on.
Coldest winters. To prove these three-row SUVs were built for the unstoppable. Get 0% APR for up to 48 months, plus $1,000 retail bonus cash on the purchase of select new 2025 Sorento models.
He caught it.
All customers get a profit boost every NFL game day. FanDuel, play your game.
If you can't, we can.
Michael and Son.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report.
And welcome back to Studio 43 and the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL is powered by Verizon 5G. Back here in the studio, Coach, Nate, Matt, and the highlights.
To the highlights we go. We have the Broncos and the Eagles. Second quarter, we have Jalen Hurts. Who is he looking for? Dallas Goedert for the easy touchdown. Right now, it's 10-3 Eagles over the Broncos.
All right, Dallas taking on the Jets up in New York, and it's going to be Dak Prescott off the play-action pass.
Cowboys, what are they doing? They're playing the Jets. They're up 17-3.
26 yards out. Dallas on top right now, 17-3. Giants taking on the Saints down in New Orleans. Jackson Dart making his second start, and it's been a good one so far for Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart right here. He's going to find Theo Johnson for his second touchdown of the day. But coach, for the
Giants are winning by 1 against the Saints.
he's coming in off the play action right here. He's going to find Rashid Shaheed.
That's a big play to Rashid Shaheed.
On the pylon route. I've been watching it, coach. He's playing pretty good. Playing 13. Giants on top.
So he's not playing pretty good because they don't have this guy. That's Lamar Jackson. He's out there now, Cooper Rush is there, but it's been all about C.J. Stroud in the first half. Here you can see him right now. Finding Nico Collins in the back of the end zone right there for a touchdown. And then Xavier Richardson. He's going to have his after his second touchdown of the day. C.J. Stroud, 3 touchdowns. It is all right now.
It is all Houston. Stroud has 3 touchdowns.
Daniel Jones. Watch him right here. Tyler Warren. Okay, that's a great one right here. The rookie tight end, 11 yards out. Watch this play right here. Daniel Jones rolling to his right. Threads a needle right there to the back. Michael Pittman Jr. 20-3. The Colts lead.
Colts up top, 20-3.
Dolphins, Panthers, Tyreek Hill healing up after that injury last week. They say no Tyreek, no problem. Tua Tagovailoa hits Darren Waller. He is 17-21, 151 and 2.
Tiki Man in the house with us as well.
17-7. All right, and then over in London on the NFL Network, it's the Minnesota Vikings. Carson Wentz, he is looking for Jordan Addison. What a play. This is the go-ahead touchdown with just seconds in the game, and he does a little shimmy shoulder shake. Vikings win. All right, CK Stroud. Last week had a completion percentage of 78. That was a career high. He's figured it out. Backside glance off the play action. And here, the only rush.
There's no pressure for Stroud today.
Gets down, sees the pylon, and gets there almost, but steps out. And here, check him out. He's looking for Nico once again. Nico running the under route right on the goal line. They say he deploy it low and away or a helmet or higher. He is finding his rhythm, folks. 14-17, 137, and 3 TDs. Understanding the situation his team is in, facing a backup quarterback. This is a game where you take control of it and you don't let go until you get the victory.
A banged-up quarterback, a backed-up quarterback, and also a banged-up team. When you look at the amount of injuries, again, that they came in here with, you can see right there a number of Pro Bowlers that are on that list. A lot of the defensive players you can see and on the offensive line, but that defense...
Yeah, the Ravens with 6 starters out.
Right now for C.J. Stroud, it's what the doctor ordered right now to come
6 Pro Bowl players.
very well until this point, too.
That's a killer.
To execute. They can't worry about the guys that are on the other side. They're trying to find their rhythm as a football team to keep pace in the AFC South. Credit to them, holding Baltimore to just 15 rushing yards in the first half. That's not easy to do with Derrick Henry. I don't care who's playing quarterback. To hold them to 15 yards is impressive. The offense is starting to find its stride. C.J. Stroud, to me, regardless of who's out there on defense, he looks in better rhythm. Looks like he's comfortable setting his feet, finding open lanes, delivering the football on time.
Would not surprise me. I said at the beginning of the show here, I don't know if it was online or off, if the Saints pull out a victory today at home. I just think they're due.
If you walk into this game and you have weak spots due to injuries or you're just not playing well, we are going to attack that. I had a coach that would always say,
Cowboys just scored again.
And then you point them out and we attack that all game.
Right before half, 24-3.
Offensively or defensively, you come in, I'm going to say what it is, you put your foot on their throat, and then you walk away with the dub.
And you talk about the Houston Texans. One thing has not been in question is that defense.
Absolutely.
That defense, number one league in scoring defense. That's only 54 points into this week and only 3 at this half.
So Nate says, JB, come to the show prepared because your neck will be stepped over. And the Verizon halftime report continues.
We got 4 minutes left in ours. 4 minutes left in ours.
Halftime report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G. 30 seasons.
Baltimore Ravens open up a new chapter.
It's just the start. Join us in preparing this fall as we chase forever, pursue forever, rewrite forever, as we fight and fight, fight for Baltimore and Maryland, for the Fly, for
Cowboys missed the extra point.
game days forever, Ravens forevermore.
Welcome in.
It is not the man who commands the field beneath the stadium lights who deserves our highest praise.
Welcome in. Welcome in.
It is those out of the arena. They are pillars of their community. They do not wait for the call. They step forward. They are protectors. So in a world quick to praise talent, never forget to honor character.
3 minutes left in halftime, everybody. 3 minutes.
Run it back, Brooklyn? Try and stop me, Beantown. It's the one who found the body? Only in Boston.
Boston Blue premieres Friday, October 17th, part of CBS Premier Week and streaming on Paramount+.
Celebrate pop icon Cyndi Lauper with special guests. A Grammy salute to Cyndi Lauper, new CBS tonight and streaming on Paramount+.
Well, we are ready to go, boys. This should be great.
CBS Sports presents the Verizon Halftime Report. The NFL powered by Verizon 5G.
All right, coming back in here. Going to do the quick recap. Then the Ravens will start with the ball the second half.
Play action. Clark hits a wide open touchdown. Theo Johnson. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Dallas Goddard.
New CBS Tonight, celebrity chef Guy Fieri, rock star Sammy Hagar, and the $1 Million Tequila Heist.
There's got to be a movie here.
Plus,
You're the director directing yourself.
$1 Million Tequila Heist. What the heck is that?
onset of Spinal Tap with Rob Reiner. 60 Minutes, new CBS Tonight, and streaming on Paramount Plus.
Saints just kicked a field goal and went ahead.
I hope I'm saying that right. Stephen Colbert guest stars. HOUvsBAL, new season next Sunday on a special night, kicking off CBS Premiere Week.
NCIS returns. New season Tuesday, October 14th, part of CBS.
Now's the time for a great deal on a new Honda. It's time to drive smart. With high-tech features and excellent reliability. From the Kelley Blue Book Best Value brand. Right now, you can get a $269 per month lease on a 2025 Accord LX.
Another one.
Do a little tailgate? Yeah.
Dragon fan, welcome in.
Let's go all out. Check it. We got the big screen, live DJ, even got a hot tub guy. I'm in the hot tub. Oh, yeah. That's cool. I've got Royal Farm.
I think that was Kay's. Kay Wilby did that. Congrats. Enjoy it.
Come on, man.
Enjoy.
Sorry, dude.
What are you doing?
I'm playing a Raven scratch off from the Maryland lottery. I can win huge cash prizes.
How huge?
Jonathan Ogden huge.
I'll take one too. Play Raven scratch offs and you would win $200 instantly, or other great Ravens prizes.
Here's to deserving
Baltimore to receive the ball.
more. Wow. More play. Tell mom it's tumble tested. Because deserving more is deserving better. More style, more quality.
First baseball game until like 4 o'clock today.
If you can't, we can.
Right now, let's take a look at the first half highlight delivered by Prime. C.J. Stroud to Nico Collins. Pinpoint accuracy. C.J. has been feeling it here in Baltimore. First half stats. It's all Texans. 229 total yards of offense. Ravens just 92. 25 plays in opponent territory. And a 24-3 lead for Houston.
Numbers are rough today. Rough.
On the sidelines. The obvious question, what does Baltimore have to do to get back into this game?
Well, coming into today, we said they have to run the ball. And they knew they had to run the ball. And they only have 15 yards rushing. And you can't really get that run game going now, being so far behind. Cooper Rush is going to have to throw. And that's not where you want to be against this Texans defense with that pass rush and those corners.
And for Baltimore, they knew that this was going to be tough sledding without Lamar Jackson. It's not just Lamar. They're missing so many playmakers on defense. But we also know it's a no excuses league. Next man up mentality. The Ravens felt good.
No excuses league, but it is what it is.
Then you have to actually go out and do it.
Yeah, they've been having a very tough day out there. Obviously, C.J. Stroud in the offense for the Texans starting to figure it out. But that Ravens defense is going to need to get some stops, and they're going to need some success out of Cooper Rush.
Well, third quarter scoring, Baltimore has been the best in the NFL. Meanwhile, Houston has been the worst. So
boom, there's the kick. Ravens with the ball. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
Maybe get a little momentum
out to the 30.
And Baltimore will have it just short of the 35 at halftime. Evan Washburn with Baltimore head man John Harbaugh.
Hey, Coach, just start with the ball here to start this second half. What do you guys need to do to start to cut into this lead?
Well, we need to get something going, a little rhythm on offense. You know, do a little better on first down, get some momentum, and go score. And then we need to get a stop. we can do that. We got a chance to win this game.
Yeah, what's your message to the defense here in the second half?
Get a stop on first down. Start with that.
John, thanks.
Shotgun, looking to throw, dumps it underneath. Short gain.
Swing pass to Mitchell Payton, who
Mitchell Payton.
has really stepped in for Patrick Ricard in that lead blocking role, and he picks up 3 yards in his fourth.
3 yards for a guy I've never heard of.
Yeah, Coach Harbaugh not mincing many words there. We need to score points and we need to get stops, and that's what they need to do. Is they need to come out here and, like he said, get on rhythm. Don't put yourself in tough situations with penalties.
Shotgun, looking to throw.
Just get into a little flow.
John Harbaugh, 12 playoff appearances.
Play action, quick screen to Flowers. He goes nowhere. He lost yards on that one.
It didn't work. The Texans were ready for the playmaker, and Will Anderson Jr. among those to make sure of it with M.J. Stewart.
They're just going to run a little screen over here, and Will Anderson Jr. is going to do a quick
screen with no blocking.
once he sees it after M.J. Stewart forces them to pull up. It's a
third down and 11. Third and 11. Shotgun. Looking to throw. Across the middle. Caught. First down by Isaiah Likely.
Lamar Jackson is out with a hamstring injury, expected to miss next week's game against the Rams, then a bye week. Rush. Under a rush. He throws, and it's complete. Isaiah Likely, excuse me, turns around. The ball is right there, and he pinned it against his shoulder for a first down.
We're going to see Isaiah Likely right over here on the right side, and it's going to be an anticipation throw from Cooper Rush. Isaiah Likely's not even out of his break, and that ball's halfway to him, which is why he was a little surprised by it. But incredible hands to be able to grab that.
What a great catch.
Really nice job by Cooper Rush, understanding where Likely was going to be, even though he hasn't had that many reps with him.
Shotgun, looking to throw. Play action. Rush. Oh, unintercepted. At the 38.
Turnover. Henry, the intended target, and Petrie jumps the route.
Petrie jumped the route.
This is going to be Petrie. He's just covering Derrick Henry out of the backfield and times it perfectly. Jumps the route, undercuts it, which allows him to just snag the ball for the interception. Exactly what Coach Harbaugh did not.
Dapier's Pit, welcome in. Thank you for subscribing.
Petrie's been such a flexible piece for this Houston defense. They gave him a 3-year, $39 million deal. He's been playing in that nickel role. And D'Amico Ryans loves what he sees out of this defense. And for Cooper Rush, love to have that one back. Derrick Henry into the safety valve in that scenario. Like, all right, easy dump ball, maybe pick up a couple of yards. Nope. Yeah, steps in for the INT.
The Piper's Pit. That's a cool channel name. Going to throw, complete. Down to the 30.
Handles it.
William, hello, welcome in.
Brings it in for 8 yards. Touchdown, field goal, touchdown, touchdown. Consistency from the Houston offense.
And you go into halftime, if you're a Raven, and you go in there, and you know Coach Harbaugh's probably giving him the speech about, all right, that was not our best half by any means, but we can start out good in the second, and then you come out and give up an interception, and now the Texans have a chance to go to a couple of points on the board.
Shotgun, dumps it out. Kirk, inside the 30, down to the 26.
Christian Kirk has been a slot machine in his NFL career. Outstanding hands, and just another type of weapon for C.J. Stroud in this new offensive philosophy.
57 is eligible.
You heard the referee say it there, 57 is eligible. They're bringing back in Blake Fisher, who's been an XL tight end for them all year long, to establish some of that run identity.
Handoff, Chubb. That might be a touchdown, and it is. Touchdown, Texans.
to spring him free, and Chubb does the rest. C.J. Stroud's going to follow him into the end zone, but this just isn't the Baltimore Ravens that I've come to know. It doesn't feel right.
27-yard rip for Nick Chubb. They got a rookie in Teddy Buchanan who took a tough angle on that play. And now Fairbairn is on for the extra point.
Extra point's good. 31-3.
Picked off by Petrie, and that turns into 7 on the board for Nick Chubb, chugging along for the score.
From the very beginning, you knew she was unlike anyone else. And she always would be. Desert Diamonds celebrate all the shades that make her, her.
I don't know if you just leave Lamar out next week now. I mean, you're going to be 1-4. The odds of making the playoffs are few and far between. Leave Lamar out next week so he doesn't get more hurt. You got to buy after that.
Pick 6 for $19.99 is the perfect meal for two.
I can't believe we're on a date.
Oh, I'm just here for pick 6.
Imagine what our kids would look like.
I don't want to have kids with you.
Six kids.
6.
Pick 6.
Wait, can we eat here every meal?
Yes.
All right, I'm down. Pick 6 meal for two for $19.99.
Oh, nobody picks it. Hello, Tina. Welcome in. You have a great day at work. Hello, Anthony Discerno. Welcome in. A missing person in the chat. What are you talking about?
Which means making a meal.
I don't even know what you're talking about there, sir.
So now, get a sausage McMuffin with that meal for $5.
Good news. Georgie and Mandy are still married.
Now you're all,
Why he take my money?
At least for now.
Do you want to hear my imitation of you?
No.
I didn't think so.
The new season's finally here. CBS October 16th.
well, it's 8 o'clock. Time to open Joy Factory.
Dun, dun, dun.
Your wait is over. CBS, October 13th.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions. For the private use of all audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Back here at M&T Bank Stadium, Ian Eagle, J.J. Watt, Evan Washburn down on the sidelines. This is a Baltimore team that has had such success over the years, and these hometown crowds have gotten used to that success. They are not accustomed to this at all.
No, this stadium has a certain aura to it. It has an ambiance where you come in as an opposing player. I mean, there's a reason the Texans are 0-8 here. This place is tough to play, and it just does not have that feeling.
All right, here's the play. Coming out at the 10, 15, out to the 20. Ravens will start there.
This has not been your father's Ravens. In fact, this hasn't been your grandfather's Ravens.
Yeah, I'm not doing any of that, William. We're not doing any of that. This is not the place for that, buddy. This is place for people talking football and everything.
It's just not the identity. We talked to Kyle Van Noy, and he said this place has been built on a foundation, an identity for 30 years.
All right, first down and 10. First down and 10.
The guys filling in know the standard here.
Handoff up the middle, short gain of about 5.
Section across the 25-yard line. Henry, prior to that carry,
4 touchdowns down.
7 for 14 after picking up 6.
He had 160 in that first game against the Bills, and obviously he had the fumble, and he's had some fumble issues, but he's Derrick Henry. You know that he gets going for 100-plus yard games at ease, and he just hasn't been able to since that opening game this year.
Baltimore is 1-3 for the first time since 2015. They finished that year 5-11.
Short gain.
This time, Dylan Horton there defensively. It's a 2-yard kickoff. You mentioned it.
Third down coming up in 2. Third down and 2.
169 rushing yards, 18 attempts, but since then.
Third down and 2. Hey, Todd, welcome in.
In his production.
Yeah, and you don't know necessarily, is it the blocking up front? Is it falling behind in games and you're having to play catch up? Is it something about the fumbles in his head?
Oh, I saw it coming, Todd.
They're trying to get it going right now, obviously, with these runs back to back to back, but it's going to be.
I knew this was.
To go to the air.
I knew they were going to lose. I knew it was going to be a larger score. I didn't think it would be this big. I thought it would be a 2-touchdown loss today.
Prepared on the inside for Henry, and it brings up fourth down, and the offense will remain on the field.
Fourth down, offense going to stay on the field here on their own 23.
You've been watching the same game I have, Ian. It feels like they need to get something. Like, it feels like this could be. And then.
Oh, false start.
Movement. And
that'll bring the offense off the field.
Problem after problem after problem. This time, Zay Flowers. Punting unit is on for the Ravens.
And those are little things. You know, we've had a couple of the Isaiah Likely penalties. We had a little false start there by Zay Flowers. Just the little things are the most frustrating. The things that you.
I'd be honest with you, William. I'm not interested in stuff like that, my man. I leave that for the police and people to do that, not me. It's not my thing. Thank you, though. I have enough negativity things in my life. I try to avoid that type of stuff. 31-3, Houston all over the Ravens, bringing it in and killing it.
First team karaoke night, but he's wondering,
What if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage?
Got to give Houston credit for stepping up and coming in and doing their thing.
what if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Saquon Barkley just had a big play for Philadelphia.
You can get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over 10 years. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam. Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals? Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Philly up now, 17-3 on Denver.
Training day starts with a Celsius. First away blue.
Teams need to take advantage of the other team's injuries.
Straight to condition.
Yep.
So here's how I show up on game days. Okay, that was clean. Then I study my play.
Yep.
Quick pose for the cameras. When it's to the lake where I keep my mental game strong. Gotta keep my energy right. Grab a selfie.
Now. Okay, your home, auto, and business vehicle are all protected with Progressive. Nice.
There's plenty of people at the stadium.
Family. Oh, sounds like someone could use a vacation. Huh. I actually have a lot of work that I need to do. Hi, what's your refund policy?
Right now, let's take a look at the game flow presented by.
Game flow is all Houston.
Xavier Hutchinson. He's got a couple of touchdowns today, had none in his career prior to this afternoon, and C.J. Stroud is dealing. He has looked confident.
I think it'll be a decent game. I think Buffalo will still win in the end. I think they got too much offense. I think the Patriots will give them a much better game than people think. I think the Patriots are turning things around, which is good for them.
Week 5 at Baltimore. First down for Houston. Line of scrimmage is the 29. Once again, an extra off.
Play action. Stroud across the middle.
Is in rhythm to Jaden Higgins.
Higgins, first down. Houston.
in rhythm. That was just a perfect timing throw by CJ. He fakes the handoff in the backfield, sets his feet, and immediately delivers a strike to Higgins across the middle. Just kind of like we've talked about all day. We've said a lot of things about this Baltimore defense not being the same, but you do have to give credit to the Houston Texans for taking advantage. That's what a good team does. They take advantage when that type of situation presents itself.
Handoff straight up the middle. Gain of about 3 or 4 for Marks.
46 forward progress will get him 3. This has been a house of horrors in Baltimore for the Texans. All time 0-8, 11.6 points per game, and 27.3 points. Every time I see these numbers, I feel like I'm giving another dig to J.J. Watt. We're just putting up the graphics. It's not personal.
Yeah, that one seemed to linger on the screen a little longer. We don't need those, but there's no doubt about it.
Shotgun, got a throw underneath. Caught across midfield into Ravens territory. Schultz with another first down.
Tackle made by Trenton Simpson.
But that's kind of the reason that I'm saying this about who the Baltimore Ravens are as an identity in this stadium and just kind of the aura, because that is what it's been. You have to look at it. 0-8 is just tough. And so even to come in here and put on a performance like this is just not what you expect it to look like.
The officials stop play here. And this might be an issue with Nate Wiggins.
They're going to take Wiggins out and give him concussion protocol. That's what they're going to do.
Think differently. There might have been a call from upstairs. So
Wiggins not happy about it. I don't blame him.
This game, another one of their starters that was in doubt on defense.
Let's take a look and see here. Maybe a little bit of friendly fire.
Yeah.
You would assume that the officials or somebody upstairs, when you go to grab your head like that, that's what the independent person up in the booth is supposed to look for. Now, he might have just been mad about something, but you do that, you can go get...
Handoff, off tackle, short run, gain of 4. Second down and 6, and a flag is down.
The penalty marker down. Tackle made by Green and Urban for Baltimore. So Land Clark will fill us in.
That hand is really on that waist there.
It is. Oh. And Land, he brought the pythons to Baltimore.
Look at the veins in that arm.
Yeah.
I'm looking at them.
Talking about the veins in the umpire's arm.
No, it's like looking in a mirror.
There is no foul for illegal formation.
Adam Shine, NFL Today update.
I'm JJ. You guys are funny. Jalen Hurts. Look at this. Little wheel route. Saquon Barkley. And then Saquon uses his wheels. First receiving touchdown of the year. It's all Philly, 17-3. Back to you.
Well, Philadelphia, Adam, just impressive. This team doesn't lose, and nobody seems happy. Toss underneath to...
Toss underneath, down inside the 40 to the 38.
Come up just short of the first down, brought down by Ruben Lowry. He's a rookie out of Chattanooga. So that's things that we're mentioning that you just don't hear a whole lot about. Keon Martin and Ruben Lowry, TJ Tampa. Mike Green is a rookie second-round pick. Teddy Buchanan, rookie fourth-round pick.
Yeah, we were talking to defensive coordinator Zach Willer this week and said, do you have to teach these guys the defense? And they literally learning. He said, no, we were fortunate to have a good undrafted rookie class this year. And whenever you're talking about how good your undrafted rookie class is, that's generally not a good sign for your defense.
So they were ready for Woody Marks. They tried to...
They stopped him right there. Fourth down, finally.
They didn't get it. It's fourth down. Loss of 1.
So now Houston's got the choice. They do have Kaimi Fairbairn, who's a weapon. And it looks like they might trot him out here for a long field goal.
They're going to try a long field goal. This will be a 50-some-yard field goal.
50 yards away. He's got a long this year of 53, career long.
And he hits it.
51. This is going to be a 56. Into it.
57-yard attempt, and he buries it. Buries it.
Make it 57-yarder for Fairbairn. Houston up 34-3.
Papa John's went all in creating a new Papa Dipper, our first pizza designed for
We appreciate you being here today. Houston, all in, doing it all today.
done.
Props to their team and their organization.
Better ingredients, better pizza. Papa John's. Don't hurt him, Ken. All dripped up. Got the new iPhone 17 Pro, and Verizon picked up the tab on the best 5G network, baby. No way. It's me. Handsome and hilarious. No way.
Dun, 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 dun. Not much to say when you got a blowout like this. We just gotta roll with the punches.
New and existing customers can get the new iPhone 17 Pro on us on the best 5G network.
That's real nice.
With Prime Big Deal Days coming October 7th and 8th, greatness is a deal away.
Just bust the move.
Shop deals up to 40% off this Prime Big Deal Days. I'm Jordan, and these are my breasts.
Oh, Lord.
There's some big changes. Divorce, a new grandson. And as my next chapter began,
Blowouts are no fun.
Then I learned about
I say that all the time, no matter what sport it is.
growing and can help me.
You want competitive games is what you want.
Cross country, finished a degree, and finally saw my favorite band. Kisqali with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR positive, HER2 negative metastatic breast cancer. Kisqali may cause serious skin reactions, liver problems, and low white blood cell counts that may result in serious infections. Life-threatening lung problems and abnormal heartbeats can occur. Your doctor should test your heart and blood before and during treatment. Tell your doctor if you have new or worsening cough, chest pain, or dizziness. Before taking this, tell your doctor all your medical conditions.
Baseball starts an hour. First game.
Pregnant or planning to be, as it can harm an unborn baby. Common side effects include nausea, headache, and tiredness. I'm more than just breast cancer, and I have a lot more to go.
The NFL International Games march on in London. And on NFL Network, our stars come out in the morning. Broncos. Jets. It's Sunday morning football. Next Sunday at 9:30.
Yeah, college football has a lot of that. Well, that's, you get the smaller schools that want to play the bigger schools for the money. So
Number 3, Oregon. College football today gets us started at 2:30 Eastern Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus. 57-yarder for Kaimi Fairbairn.
All right, here we go. Kicking off to the Ravens.
Has ballooned to 31 for Houston. Ali and Mitchell back deep for Baltimore. They've been held to 112 yards of offense. Mitchell from the 1.
Mitchell bringing it out to the 29. First and 10 Ravens there.
They just keep adding to all the platitudes.
Yeah, we talked in the open about these two edges, Danielle Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. They provide the pressure up the middle, and then it's finished off by Mario Edwards. Just all day long. It doesn't stop. Jalen Petrie undercutting the Derrick Henry route. Just a relentless defense. Anytime that you have a team held to 112 total yards through 2.5 quarters, it's impressive. You have to look at Matt Burke.
Rush swings it out.
Catch made by Hill.
Wiggles out along the sideline. Have you seen a big difference between the way Burke called the defense last week and what D'Amico Ryans was doing prior?
He has a little bit of his own style, but I mean, you have to just currently look at the results. He's had 6 quarters as the guy calling plays, and he's only given up 3 points. They shut out Tennessee last week, the first Houston Texans shutout since 2010. This week they come out and play like this, and then it also frees up D'Amico to go talk to the offense, to kind of be more of that CEO.
Balabon, welcome in.
So Matt Burke has done a really nice job for the Houston Texans.
Pitch around the outside. Henry got laid out.
He's got a first down, but Petrie got the best of that matchup.
Let's run that one back full speed. Kind of coming from an area where he couldn't see him, which I always defend guys because as a defensive end, I've been chipped from out of my vision before and knocked on my butt by men a lot smaller than me.
First down here for Baltimore at the 30-yard line.
First down at the 40. Play action. Look at the throw down the field. Flowers, get up and run. That could be a touchdown, Ravens, if Flowers. Oh, he can't get there. Got to the 2. What is that, a gain of what? Gain of 56 yards for Flowers. 56 yards for Flowers.
To stop his feet, and then runs past him, catches it, gets back up, and just barely not able to make it to the end zone.
JJ, that was a one-receiver formation. Zay Flowers. First and goal from the 4.
Handoff, up tackle, nothing.
Carries it for short gain because of Toho working the middle. Second and goal.
And you thought for sure once he got up and skirted that second tackle that Zay Flowers would be headed to the end zone, but great effort by Kalen Bullock to stop him short to at least give the Texans defense a chance. But if you're the Ravens, you need a touchdown right here.
17 straight possessions with no touchdowns allowed by Houston.
What happened? Quarterback fell down. He tripped over the lineman.
Rush goes down.
Third and goal.
Stepped on by his own center.
Got stepped on by his own center. We got a flag. Offsides defense. Half the distance to the goal. Second down.
Works in favor of the Ravens.
Yeah, Tim Settle gets a great get off and pushes the center straight back into Cooper Rush, but the penalty on Will Anderson Jr. moves the ball to the 1-yard line.
3 tight ends in this formation. Derrick Henry.
And
Henry, the second effort. He's got it.
Touchdown, Ravens. Are they giving it to him? Yes. Touchdown, Ravens. Henry gets the touchdown.
History, that's career rushing touchdown number 110 for Derrick Henry.
And you can hear the crowd here give maybe a somewhat sarcastic, but also a little burst to their offense. Finally putting the ball in the end zone. When you only need 1 yard, hand it off to 22, let him get in. They need to be dominant as a running team, and they just haven't been so far.
Extra point from Tyler Luke. There was the long pass to Zay Flowers that got the Ravens.
Tyler Luke puts it through.
And the extra point is good. Derrick Henry hits pay dirt thanks to the setup by Zay Flowers, spinning his body around and then getting extra yards after he went down initially. Henry wouldn't go down and gets the score.
When we come back, it'll be Texans ball with 2:41 in the third.
That's a big deal.
Ravens need another stop. Just keep going at it. Just keep going at it. That's all you can do. All you can do.
Can we keep her? Do you think we went too big? Nope. Do you remember where we parked?
Nope.
It's Target Circle Week with daily deals so big you can't miss them.
The Colonel believed his
Target Sales Week.
should be huge on flavor. Tender chicken, crisp pickles, but with a tiny $3.99 price. Oh, that crumb looks giant next to that tiny price. The Colonel lived, so we eat chicken. The $3.99 KFC chicken sandwich.
Miller time started in 1975, and the clock's still ticking. A light beer that tastes like a
Thank you, everybody, again for being here today. Appreciate you.
50 years of Miller time.
Zoe Saldana's family had an unexpected house guest.
Morning, guys.
Why is Jeff Bridges here?
Jeff wanted to be in a T-Mobile commercial. Zoe showed him how to do it.
At T-Mobile, get the new iPhone 17 Pro on them.
Wow. Jeff worked very hard.
Can I say something here?
Until finally,
You could save up to 20% versus.
Got to roll through the commercials here.
iPhone 17 Pro on us. Plus, save up to 20% when you check them out.
Todd, have a good night, buddy.
We've been scouring the country to find the best artists for
Rest easy over there. Rest easy.
These artists are going to be discovered by America, and it's going to be incredible.
They fall in love with us. That's world changing.
New series, The Road. The journey begins CBS Sunday, October 19th.
Does he find people who can't be found?
Something like that. Tracker. New season, Sunday, October 19th. Part of CBS Premier League. Ravens get the touchdown. Long pass to Zay Flowers for 56 yards, and then Derrick Henry takes it in. Henry.
All right, here comes the kickoff going over to Houston.
On the board, just 28 yards rushing as a team for Baltimore.
And 131 for the Houston Texans on the ground.
Luke kicking it off. Smith and Pierce get deep man.
Touchback.
Back of the end zone. And it is coming back. Tonight on CBS, it's time for 60 Minutes and famed actor and director Rob Reiner, followed by a Grammy salute to Sidney Lauper live from the Hollywood Bowl, plus Tracker. That's tonight on CBS Sunday.
That's horrible.
34-10. Texans have a lead, 2:41.
First down and 10, Houston.
This was a touchback to the 35-yard line, so that's where Houston will open up the drive with Nick Chubb in the backfield. 6 drives today, 4 touchdowns, 2 field goals. I am yet to say the punter's name, Tommy Townsend, because they haven't punted.
It's always a good day at the office.
If you're Tommy Townsend,
Yes.
you feel good about things.
Yes.
Handoff, short gain of about 3.
3-yard pickup, downstairs to Evan.
Good day for the office of C.J. Stroud as well. And guys, sitting with him last night, we all felt like he had a mindset that was pretty specific right now. And there have been some growing pains with this offense. They found something late in that Titans game, but it's clear they found a rhythm here, get right against the beat-up Ravens defense. But I thought something he said was really speaks to where he is right now. He said, I'm not interested in fixing people anymore. I mean, he had as good a rookie season as you could have in this league. Had a down year in year 2, and now he's figuring out what he wants to do here in year 3.
Yeah, he said when you have 6.
Shotgun pressure coming. Gets evades the sack. Now he gets that one down. He's down at the 29. Sacked. Ravens get a second one.
Quarterback, the initial pressure from Tavius Robinson.
Tavius Robinson just left unblocked into the backfield. C.J. Stroud does a nice job stepping up and getting out of it, but is unable to finish it as Simpson takes him down for the sack on the edge. Second time today we've seen direct pressure in his face.
3rd down and 15 coming. 3rd down and 15.
But good finish on the tackle there. It's tough to get those open field tackles, and Simpson with a nice job to bring Stroud down.
Stroud also added, by the way, that pressure is a privilege. He recognizes that.
From the shotgun, look at the throw. Pressure coming. Caught. Short of the first down by about a yard.
As he tried to roll for the first down, he comes up one.
He hits Collins again. Nobody's guarding Collins today.
Pressure in his face when he was saying pressure is a privilege.
No, that is not a privilege. JJ, you knew that firsthand.
But he, Evans,
They're going to go for it on 4th and 1.
I do think that he's trying to get back to that confidence and that enjoyment that he had in that rookie year, and they're starting to find it here. 4th and 1 at their own 39, up 34-10.
So they're going for it here. 5 of 6 on the season.
Hand off, first down.
Brooks again. We saw it earlier. British Brooks gets another opportunity, and it's
Another first down right through the middle.
does it on U.S. soil.
End of the 3rd quarter.
That could be a little sign of, we remember Christmas last year. We remember the 0-8 in this building. 4th and 1, their own 39, when you're up by 24 points, is an easy place just to punt it away and let the Ravens go try and score on a long field. But DeMeco Ryans saying, no, we're going to run the ball.
And chew up more clock, because that takes up.
Yeah, they will chew up more clock this way.
Texans 1-3, Ravens 1-3. Houston up big.
Domino's Best Deal Ever is back. Any hand-tossed, pan, thin crust, or New York-style pizza with any toppings for just $9.99 online. Last time you got
Sausage, bacon, chicken, spinach, beef, buffalo sauce.
What are you going to get this time? Get Domino's $9.99 Best Deal Ever before it's gone.
Oh, boy. Dallas with a big touchdown to Pickens. I don't know how far that was. Looked like it was 50 yards.
Look at this guy.
What's going on, bro?
Can I charge my phone? Hey, can I get the password for the Wi-Fi?
Oh, let's play some music.
Goes today? I got something in my...
William, I'm going to ask you politely for the third time. Please stop putting that in my chat. This is not the place or the location to do that.
Get 2.99% APR on the Hyundai Along.
We've asked very politely, and yet you continue to just do it with well obeyed. This is not the place or the platform for that. It's the last time I will very politely say, please stop that. Mark F., hello, how you doing? Yeah, Balabon, I'm watching the game on the TV, absolutely. Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in.
Just Wi-Fi at one price for 5 years. Guaranteed. Xfinity. Imagine that.
Toyota reliability for all your adventures. Built to perform, born to thrill. Toyota RAV4. Find yourself discovering more. Buy yours now and save with low 4.75% APR financing. Toyota. Let's go places.
Crazy day in the NFL. A lot of blowouts today.
Stroud, fake it, throw it, it's caught for the touchdown. Xavier Hutchinson.
The Colts are just ridiculous. Muscle Car Crazy, hello, welcome in.
A Texan explosion here in Baltimore. 34-10, Houston in front. As we start the fourth quarter. These teams.
First down and 10, just shy of midfield. All day. Down the field, wide open. Christian Kirk inside the 3. First and goal. We got flags down. Hold on. What are the flags?
Right where the tackle took place. That's a 47-yard completion. Not taking their foot off the gas at all.
Personal foul, face mask, defense number 24.
Face mask, half the distance to the goal line.
It starts. This is just a really nice play action here. C.J. Stroud is going to fake and then roll out to his right. And Christian Kirk is coming all the way back. You're going to see him look like he's going to the right and then come back to the left. And C.J. Stroud across.
That was a great route.
Hits it perfectly and Stroud all the way down.
First and goal. Houston.
They set it up with Brooks and Chubb in the backfield. Handoff.
Chubb in the backfield, nothing.
Check down by Buchanan. Last week.
Welcome in, Sweet Richard.
Completion percentage of 79%. He has topped it so far today. 87% for Stroud. 21 of 24.
And it just feels like they're finding their groove. It feels like last week that fourth quarter finally broke something open for them, and they poured it on. And then this week also feels like a continuation of that, and they're figuring it out. And they're not minding going up.
Second and goal.
Because they're working out some of those early season demons, and they're feeling good about this right now.
March to the backfield. Shotgun.
Play action, rolls, throws. Kirk, touchdown.
They're well represented here today, too, with their third touchdown of the day.
And that is 4 for C.J. Stroud. The officials get in between Some Texans and Ravens along the sideline. They are an extra point away from putting up 41 on the road in Baltimore. Jalen Noel, first career NFL touchdown.
Extra point's good.
Fairbairn tacks it on.
Extra point is good.
Christian Kirk, the long play downfield, and then Stroud to Noel. 41 points with no punts today.
If you're a pro, you know top quality
No punts.
Kills Primer are available exclusively at the Home Depot. You know that now there's only one place to get the best value, service, and durability you expect from brands you trust. If you're a pro, you know. Me gusta la comida buena, el que sabor me desespera, con ganármela como el que. Me gusta la comida buena. You won't remember my name. This is the last time you will see me.
Appreciate everybody coming in today. Games like this are always tough to do. Competitive games are much more fun. It's hard to get your energy going in a blowout game. You don't want to be disrespectful to either side of the ball.
But not today. I want to carry on. The more I seem to lose, the more I seem to learn. My dreams will destroy my doubts. You will see me at the top. This is the last time you won't remember my name.
Did Scatterboo just fumble in that Giants game? Yeah, he sure did. Wow.
The NFL on CBS is sponsored by Honda. Dreams are unstoppable. Wingstop. Bring the flavor. Order at wingstop.com. And by State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Back here in Baltimore, where the fans have gotten used to a whole lot of winning through the years. Not the case so far here in 2025. In jeopardy of falling to 1-4 on the season, and no answers on either side of the ball here today. Fairbairn will kick it off with.
All right, Fairbairn kicking off to the Ravens. 13 minutes in the fourth. Ravens out at the 15, 20. Tackle there at the 17.
20-yard line. And there is a penalty marker on the play.
And a penalty marker as well. It's probably going to be 10 yards for holding. Generally is on a kickoff.
During the return.
Holding.
Receiving team number 88. 10-yard penalty. First down, Baltimore.
Let's go back to the touchdown by Noel. This is his first career NFL touchdown, JJ.
Yeah, and he does something in Baltimore that for many years would never have been allowed by an opposing player. And that just kind of speaks to it. And then there's a little bit of a tussle as he goes over to grab his first ever touchdown ball. Jair Alexander takes some issue with that and tries to steal it back. But I think that image right there speaks a little bit to where this place is right now. You would never see an opposing player feel confident enough to do something like that. And you're seeing that 41-10. It's not something familiar to Baltimore Ravens fans.
Line of scrimmage is just beyond the 8-yard line.
Throw caught. Flowers gain a 9.
By Kamari Lassiter on the play.
And I do think that the Texans, we heard them.
You're not going to do it in my channel. That's what you're not going to do, William. I've had enough.
1-2 loss to the Ravens. They gave up 251 rushing yards. They said it looked silly. We were embarrassed by it. That Beyonce Bowl on Christmas Day is certainly in the back of their head today. And I think seeing them throw those long balls and go for it on 4th down could be some of those memories bubbling back up.
Henry and Mitchell are both in there on a 2nd down and 1.
Handoff, Mitchell. Short run. Ravens got the 1st down there.
Enough for the 1st down. We asked D'Amico Ryans if he watched back to the Christmas game. He said, yeah, I sat in my office and watched it by myself. It was an awful performance. Unacceptable. Said the thing that really stood out was how easy they made it for Lamar Jackson to go do his job. It looked like the JV against the varsity.
Yeah, and there is just no doubt the difference that Lamar Jackson makes in this offense.
1st down and 10. 1st down and 10.
His ability to do everything. Tom Munkin called him the eliminator because he eliminates any mistakes the offense makes.
Off the play fake.
Play fake. Intercepted.
Taken away by Petrie. Jalen Petrie has done it again.
Wow, on the tip drill. Went bouncing off of his hands. Off of Andrew's hands.
Just a rough day for the Baltimore Ravens. Hits him in the hands. He bobbles it a couple times.
Wow.
Picks it up and grabs it for himself for his 2nd interception of the day. It's just one of those days. Sometimes things don't go your way. And tomorrow's a flush it film session. It's not going to be anything good for the Baltimore Ravens in the film room tomorrow when they watch this tape back.
Mark Andrews, consummate pro, but a series of errors.
12 minutes left in the game. That's a tough play.
But I reckon I got to. I'm 45. It's time to screen for colon cancer.
Will I ever see you again?
I love you. Also, I'm just going to the porch.
I knew that. It's true. The Cologuard test comes to you.
Just ask your provider or request online.
That way you can screen for colon cancer on your terms. It's effective and non-invasive.
False positive and negative results may occur. It is not for those at high risk. Skip the drama. Ask your provider. Request Cologuard online.
One day, a tiny little hand reached out and
We got 12 minutes left of the game. It'll be Houston's ball when we come back. With the way their offense going, they're probably going to put up another touchdown here.
Until then, let's escape together, hand in hand, on a Disney cruise. Get 50% off voyage fare on 3rd and 4th guests on select sailings between October 3rd, 2025 and March 30th, 2026, with the purchase of 2 full fare guests.
Yeah, some crazy games, right? Road Warrior, absolutely.
Which means making a meal and save.
Look at New York. They were about to go in and score again on Saints, and, man, they came back. I thought the Saints would give them a fit down there today.
SoundCloud chose the Capital One Spark Cash Plus card. Their business earns unlimited 2% cash back on everything they buy. They get big purchasing power so their business can spend more and earn more. What's in your one?
The Freestyle Libre 3 Plus sensor tracks your glucose in real time. And over time, it can help lower your A1C. This is progress. Learn more and try for free at freestylelibre.us.
Saturday afternoon, it's a big-time matchup between undefeated teams. Fernando Mendoza and the Indiana Hoosiers take on Dante Moore and the Oregon Ducks. Saturday on CBS and streaming on Paramount Plus.
It's been frustrating all around.
All right, here we go. 2nd down and 1st down and 10. 1st down and 10.
For the bobble and then the ball popping up in the air, a gift to Petrie. Texans take over at the 21.
Handoff at the 21. Short run.
Now in there for Houston. He's met by Malachi Starks. It's a gain of 1.
Take it back to the interception. It's just a bobble and then bodies around the ball. Jalen Petrie.
Bodies around the ball. That's a great way to put it.
Mark Andrews knows it. Frustrated with himself. He's a guy who's had so much success here, who knows what it looks like when it's great and the way it's supposed to be. And he's frustrated, as I'm sure a lot of Baltimore fans are at the moment, hoping that they can somehow find a way to turn this thing around next week versus the Rams.
Pierce remains in there. Stroud. Couple of pumps.
Stroud throws, caught. Why is CJ Stroud still in there? That's my question. You're up 41-10.
Got enough belief in Collins to just put it in the area. HOUvsBAL had a chance to bring down the quarterback. 4-yard gain through the air.
4-yard gain, 3rd down and 5.
The fact that you might want to start thinking about CJ Stroud stepping out of the game. You know, you're up 31 points, 11 minutes left. I know you want to keep that mentality going if we play it out to the end, but no need to put him in harm's way anymore in this one and be smart about it. He's had an unbelievable day. 4 touchdowns, only the 2nd time in his career he's done that.
The backup is Davis Mills, who has started 25 times for the Texans in his career. 3rd down and 5.
3rd down and 5. Incomplete. 4th down.
Put it in the area of Schultz.
Van Noy came unblocked here. It's kind of an issue we've talked about today. The Texans offensive line has been working some protections and slides and leaving the edges free a few times. And so that's one thing that they'll want to get cleaned up.
Field goal is good. 44-10.
They're going to want to get cleaned up for
44-10.
So another opportunity for Kaimi Fairbairn. He's already made a 50-yarder and 57-yarder. This is a 34-yard attempt. 34-yarder is good. 44-10, Houston. Today, we're mourning the loss of Chuck Milton, a giant in the TV sports industry, a beloved member of the CBS sports family for 3 decades. Chuck began his career in the mailroom, joined the sports division in 1964. For the next 30 years, his larger-than-life persona propelled him to the highest achievements in sports television, including producing multiple Super Bowls.
Jalen, welcome in.
In an executive role at CBS, Chuck's legacy is carried on at CBS Sports by his son Steve, the Emmy Award-winning director of the Masters and college football. To Steve, to Chuck's wife Patsy, and to the entire Milton family, we express our deepest condolences on the passing of a TV legend.
That's a shame.
The visually mind-blowing world of Tron will finally come to ours. It must be seen on the biggest screen possible. Tron Ares PG-13.
Dunkin' Refreshers. Available in all new blueberry glaze. Mango pineapple. And strawberry dragon fruit. Only at Dunkin'.
10:30 left on the clock. 10:30 here.
Eagles won the Super Bowl. And that was one of the greatest days of my life. But that day was ruined by accusations that my birds only won to sell wings. You know what they're saying out there? They're saying the quarterbacks are scrambling. Apparently,
Tampa Bay at the Seahawks. You got some decent games later on today.
Mayfield's a bread influencer. Man does bake. You know, football is not employed to sell food. When football makes you hungry, order Uber Eats.
Celebrate pop icon Cyndi Lauper with special guests. A Grammy salute to Cyndi Lauper, new CBS tonight and streaming on Paramount Plus.
You make me wanna. This was an inside job. It was reckless and the ball in real thing. We're gonna figure out answers.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
This is a great job of what?
Totally.
Here we go. Here we go.
New seasons begin CBS Premiere Week.
Week 5 continues later today on CBS and Fox, followed by Sunday Night Football as the Patriots face the Bills on NBC. And Week 5 concludes with Monday Night Football as the Chiefs square up against the Jaguars on ESPN and ABC. Then Week 6 kicks off with Thursday Night Football on Prime Video. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
44-10. Houston over Baltimore. 10.5 remaining here in the fourth quarter. Texans have a bye, and then they will be at Seattle. Ravens home for the Rams, and then Baltimore will have its bye. Kickoff from Fairbairn.
Kickoff out of bounds.
Through the back of the end zone out to the 35-yard line. The amazing shots of today's game are provided by Nationwide. Well, for John Harbaugh and the Ravens, the hope was that the backups would see the opportunity and seize it. Just hasn't happened today. There's been a
Baker, hello.
clear difference in the way Houston is operating compared to the Ravens. Houston went down the field on the opening drive, scored a touchdown, and that was just a sign of things to come.
Handoff, off tacker. No gain.
Time for an update to New York. Prime time, Adam Shine.
All right, we have a primetime defensive play just for J.J. Watts. Look at this. Cam's got a fumble. Jordan, how did
Yeah, tough selling tickets. It's going to be tough selling them for a while.
have 4 turnovers on 4 consecutive drives? Sports, back to you.
Ooh, 4 turnovers on 4 consecutive drives. That's tough.
Handoff, off tackle, Hill. Short run.
Who stumbles out to the 37-yard line for a gain of 3.
Will Anderson and Daniil Hunter just came in off the sideline for this 3rd down. Obvious passing situation. This is one of those where you lick your chops as a pass rusher.
Ravens are going to move to 4-10 without Lamar Jackson in the lineup since he became the starter of 2019. Motion man is Isaiah Likely. This is a 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7 thrown. Oh God, that was horrible. It's a good thing he didn't throw that. It would have been picked off. 4th and 7.
Jordan Stout to punt it.
Just like we mentioned, you're in a pass rush situation. Everybody in the stadium knows it's a pass rush situation, and you've got a backup tackle so close. And Will Anderson, who's been playing such great football, can only smile as he was looking to add another sack to his tally.
You asked him, what are you working on at this stage? He said, I'm working on the top of my rush, defending the outside arm, and all those chip rushes that you have to make when they send a second player in your direction. Stout.
Fair catch on the kick to the 15.
By Noel, 47-yard kick. We're back in 30 seconds after this from Novartis.
Chin up.
They're finally going to bring in their backup quarterback.
Real men don't ask for help. Today, many of these ideas no longer hold true, especially if you have advanced prostate cancer. So challenge what you've been told. Ask your doctor about your PSMA status and what it could mean for you. One scan can change the course of your prostate cancer journey. As it turns out, asking for help is the manliest thing you can do.
Davis Mills in a quarterback for the Houston Texans. That means C.J. Stroud's day is done. Mills in his 5th season with the Texans.
Short run, minimal gain.
He's in year number 4. And a penalty marker on the play as he takes it to the 18-yard line. Eight penalties today against Baltimore, 4 on the Houston Texans.
Holding. Defense. Number 91. 5-yard penalty with an automatic 1st down.
Are you selling your baseball cards now too, Baker?
Who was elevated from the practice squad. C.J. Stroud's day, 23 of 27, 244 yards, 4 touchdowns, completion rate 85%. New career high.
Last week and this week, just what the doctor ordered for the Texans offense, they're going to head into their bye week feeling significantly better than they were just 2 weeks ago and look to build off that momentum.
Handoff, off tackle. He didn't get much there.
Starks will get credit for the tackle. 1 yard pickup coming up. State Farm Postgame Show. JB and the gang in New York. The latest scores, highlights, all coming up on the State Farm Postgame Show. Well, for the Ravens, the defensive numbers just keep getting.
Second down and 9. Second down and 9.
Through 4 games in franchise history, it will now be the most points allowed through 5 games in franchise history. They have given up 14 touchdowns in the last 3 games. Mills will throw it, and it's off the hand of Knoll.
Off the hands of Knoll. Somebody ought to lay that guy out.
Really nice throw there from Davis Mills. It's another one of those inbreakers. We've talked about him all day. The Ravens said they had to defend him. Mills puts it on him. Noel just not able to reel it in.
Third down and 9.
Third down and 9. Third down and 9.
Davis Mills played collegiately at Stanford. Hit as he throws and knocks it away.
Hello, Candy. Welcome in.
To the tight end, Harrison Bryant, but Tavius Robinson got a hit on Davis Mills.
There's a stunt up front by the Ravens line, which does a really nice job penetrating and getting a hit on Davis Mills. He tries to get that ball off, which then caused it to sail just a little bit high.
Hey, Tommy Townsend.
There he is.
Yeah, they called up. Hey, Mellon, we need you. Townsend's got a punt.
But find his helmet.
Triple lifting. LaShante Wester is the return man at the 25. And Townsend.
Here's the kick. Ravens got it at the 20, 25, 30, out to the 34.
Sneaks his way to the 33-yard line. That's a 59-yard punt, a 16-yard return, and Jake Hansen makes the tackle on special teams. 7:27 to go.
Both these teams were a little bit of disappointment so far this season, coming in at 1-3. On the flip side of that, some of the biggest surprises of the year, and 2 of them have come out of the AFC South, which the Texans are trying to claw their way back into. Indianapolis Colts currently up 40-6 on the Raiders, just playing great football with Daniel Jones. Then Liam Cohen in his first year with the Jaguars. They have a huge one on Monday night against the Chiefs, so we'll see if they can keep that going for their new head coach.
Under center.
The NFL is the parity year to year.
Handoff.
On so many factors.
Solid run for the Ravens on that. Henry's still in there.
You've got strength of schedule. You've got the draft where you can actually turn your roster over if you have excellent picks. You have free agency. And then you have teams that have some bad luck. And teams that were outstanding a year earlier that go through injury troubles or play a tough schedule. Let's take Baltimore as the prime example of that.
Yeah, that first place schedule is no joke. You play against the first place teams in the other divisions, and that's the beauty of this league. That's why we love watching it, because of the parity. But sometimes
handoff.
It hurts.
Henry, short run, first down.
Henry is getting fourth quarter carries in a game where Baltimore has no chance of winning. And I think it's just based on the fact that they want to get going a little bit.
It's keep swinging. It's that just let's see if we can get into some sort of rhythm, some sort of momentum that we can carry into next week against the Rams. Because if the Baltimore Ravens cannot run the ball with Derrick Henry, they just will not be successful. And so they're keeping him in right now, just seeing if they can get that motor running.
That was his longest run of the day, 7 yards. Rush. Deep ball.
Intercepted.
Play by Lassiter. Another interception for this Houston defense, the third of the day.
Let's get a look at this here, because it looks like Bateman slows up. He just stopped. Kind of looked up, maybe got lost in the sun or something and didn't know the ball was coming, but he just stopped on the route, which then allowed for An easy pick for Kamari Lassiter.
Oh,
Matt Burke, the defensive coordinator, called him a card-carrying psychopath. And that's good? That is the best thing you could ever call a defensive player. I actually had them ask permission. I said, "Is it all right, Kamari, if I call you a psychopath on national television?" That's awesome. Oh, yes. And you know what? A psychopath would say that. Yes, exactly. Oh. So just to get you back with Mills.
Mills, short run.
And I think part of the reason why so many people are so bullish on this Houston defense, you have highlighted it on a number of occasions. What they have on the edges, and then the two corners. You've got Stingley, who is considered among the elite corners in the NFL. Someone put him right there at number one. And then you have the emerging Lassiter, who's in his second year, but has all the tools, great instincts, known as the locksmith. Excellent nickname for corner.
Yeah, it's
or psychopath.
Psychopath also works, but that's
Second down and 6. Second and 6.
2024, and he is a D'Amico Ryans Houston Texans type of guy.
Throws caught out to the 40. First down.
He gets Brendan Bates, the tight end, involved. First down to the 39-yard line. Here's the upcoming schedule. The bye, and then at Seattle, home for San Francisco, Denver, and Jacksonville.
There's a lot of good football teams there on that list, so it's going to be the bye week will feel very nice coming off of 2 wins and getting their feet under them, and then they're going to come out of that with Seattle and try and get on a little bit of roll to get themselves back into contention here.
First out here for the Texans with Pierce in the backfield.
Handoff, short run.
Pierce getting a gain of half a yard on the play. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, the Rams next week, then the bye, and then it starts to ease up a bit.
Yeah, if you look at the Baltimore Ravens' strength of schedule before and after their bye week, it certainly gets significantly easier after the bye week in the back half of the season. So if you're looking for a glimmer of hope and a sign for better things to come for the Ravens, A, you want Lamar Jackson and these guys back out there, but B, the schedule hopefully softens up for you and gives you a chance in that AFC North.
Under 4 minutes to play now.
Under 4 minutes to play.
Off the boot. And Mills is going to slide down.
Slide down inbounds.
At the 45. It's a 5-yard pickup.
And there's that strength of schedule I was talking about before the bye. 64% win percentage, and after the bye, 47%. So I know it doesn't look good right now. I know this product on the field is not what Baltimore Ravens fans are used to seeing. You're hopefully getting that guy, Lamar Jackson, back out there. You're hopefully getting Kyle Hamilton and some of these other big-name guys, Roquan, back on the field. And to right this ship, to give yourself a chance in the back half of this season.
Not sure anybody would have thought this team would.
Shotgun, looking to throw. Underneath, caught, first down.
Out to midfield. It is right at the marker to Bates. And it is enough for a first down. Teddy Buchanan there in coverage with the tackle. And that'll move the chains. Under 3 minutes to play.
Under 3 minutes to play. Want to thank the moderators and the members of the channel. Appreciate your support today.
To be good, you have the team, you have the.
Thank you so much.
You go into the season with such high expectations and hope for massive success, and then you start out like this. It's like a gut punch, and you have to find a way to gather yourselves, bring yourselves together.
Short run, nothing there. Just a reminder, we're doing the 8 o'clock baseball game tonight. 8 o'clock baseball game. Tigers, Detroit and Seattle. Detroit and Seattle. I hope you'll join us.
On the State Farm postgame show. We hit the 2-minute warning. This has been a happy day for Houston. Really happy.
All right.
Just doing something they've never done in franchise history. Dominating a game in Baltimore.
I
I got some work done with another surgeon. If I give you the bill, can you get a better deal on a better face?
All right, again, congratulations to Houston on today's game. They came in, they did what they had to do, and it's a big win. Yeah. Congratulations to Houston for that thing right there. Hold on one second. Congratulations to Houston. Tonight I'm doing Detroit and Seattle baseball game at 8 o'clock. Tonight, Detroit and Seattle baseball game at 8 o'clock. Thank you again to the moderators, members of the channel. Appreciate you all being here. I'm going to go ahead and call it, take a quick break because I've still got 3 more streams tonight, and this one is well out of whack. Thank you, everybody, for being here. We'll see you next time. It's going to be a tough year for the Ravens. Too many injuries. It ain't going to get easier next week against the Rams. Good night, everybody. We'll see you tonight for baseball for 8 o'clock for our friends, for sports, for Disney, 6 o'clock, Triple C's. It's going to be a great show. Come back and join us for both. Bye-bye.